is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head. Published by Wuxia Spot. Liu Kang. No matter how many times you come back, you can never defeat us. We are immortal. Liu Kang looked toward the starry sky in the distance. It was a long and deep darkness like the Milky Way. In the darkness, there were countless eyes moving densely. Liu Kang looked down at his body again. The body is like countless blood holes. It would be better to say that it was just a broken body. Liu Kang's entire body was already in tatters. Tisk. Liu Kang's eyes were distracted. With a slight click of his tongue, a white clock door appeared in front of Liu Kang's eyes. Who cares if you are immortal? The third server of Fantasy World will be launched on January 1st, 2024. Close double angle bracket. Major professional teams and large guilds are making bold statements. Close double angle bracket. The game company behind Fantasy World claims that this will be the last server to be opened in Fantasy World. Countless memories poured into the mind of a body. Liu Kang, who was sitting on the toilet, looked at the message that popped up in the notification bar of the phone in front of him. Ah, it's back again. This is the third time. Liu Kang stood up tremblingly. Damn, I must have been squatting for too long. Speaking of which, why must I be reborn in this environment? Flush the water skillfully and open the door. Liu Kang thought to himself that an ordinary reborn person might not be so calm. However, because this kind of thing had happened twice, Liu Kang's reaction was very dull. This is Liu Kang's third rebirth. When he was reborn for the first time, Liu Kang was indeed very impatient and panicked, wanting to do everything immediately. But now, there is no need to be so anxious. Liu Kang has understood that rushing many things has no effect. No matter what you experience enough, you will become skilled and calm, even if you are reborn. Liu Kang washed his hands and looked in the mirror, recalling what happened to him a few minutes ago, and murmured, so why are those true gods so strong? Obviously, they have already been dented to the extreme according to the best route. There is no way to defeat this. It is too outrageous. After all, the number is too much. After washing his hands, Liu Kang pressed his head. The tone was full of helplessness. It's impossible to beat in sulfur monosulfide level talent. That's right. It seems there is no other choice. Fantasy World, the world's first and last complete virtual reality game. You can connect your consciousness into a completely virtual game world through the game cabin. The world is extremely real and can be called the second world of human beings. When the game Fantasy World was released, it created a craze. As long as people who can afford the game cabin have basically joined the game of Fantasy World, it is said that children as young as 6 years old and as old as 80 years old are the audience of this game. Yes, after all, it is the second world of mankind. Even if you don't like fighting and killing, you will still like the magnificent beauty of this world. For the elderly, they can regain their youth in this world, and for the disabled, they can re-experience their healthy bodies in this world. No one dislikes this virtual world. This is the second anniversary of the opening of the Fantasy World server. On the first anniversary, the second server was opened. As soon as 2400 today passes, it will be the second anniversary of Fantasy World and the opening of the third server. This is also the opening of the last server in the Fantasy World. That is to say, from this year on, there will be no new districts. Just as Liu Kang walked out of the door, a voice came from beside Liu Kang. Liu Kang, in 2 hours, the new zone of Fantasy World will open. Are you ready? This time we must get the first kill of the first dungeon before other guilds. This time our Yin Yuan guild has you joining us and we will definitely win. I heard that the president has grabbed a particularly awesome assassin talent activation code for you. If you can get it, we will be absolutely invincible. Familiar conversations came to Liu Kang's ears. Yes, I am now a professional player of the Yin Yuan guild. In the World Championship 2 months ago, I won honors such as the best assassin in the Fantasy World and the best team battle leader. In the Fantasy World, every player will receive random special talents. So it cannot be said to be absolutely fair and balanced. However, due to the popularity of the Fantasy World, there are still major groups in the real world that have formed professional clubs and carried out professional competitions. Those who can play professionally are basically the top experts in the Fantasy World. So although it seems to have a talent system, it's not fair or balanced, but in fact professional games are still very enjoyable to watch. Liu Kang couldn't help but sigh when he saw the bald head wearing the black mask in front of him again, covering his mouth and only exposing his eyes. Yanzi, the problem with your character's cosplay in the real world can be corrected. Forget it, I want to see the president. Liu Kang was too lazy to complain. Yanzi chuckled. It just so happens that the president also wants to see you. Soon, under the leadership of Yanzi, Liu Kang arrived at a luxuriously decorated office. There was a jade sculpture on the table in the boss's office. Sitting on the boss's chair was the thin and sharp-edged president of the Yin Yuan Guild. Liu Kang, I heard that you were coming to see me. A professional smile appeared on the president's face. Haha, just right. I also plan to find you, and I have something to discuss with you. Liu Kang put his hands in his pockets and looked indifferent. There is no need to discuss it. You came to me to tell me that the S-level talent should be given to someone else. Sorry, President, I plan to quit your guild. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. I plan to quit the Yin Yuan Guild, and I will pay you the penalty for breach of contract within the time limit. The boss's face, which was originally smiling, froze in an instant. What? How did you know? After Liu Kang said this, he turned around. You didn't plan to give me the activation code for the S-level talent from the beginning, right? So I just came to inform you that I will not continue to work for the Yin Yuan Guild. Quote. Liu Kang opened the door and walked out. Behind him, the president of the Yin Yuan Guild slapped the table and stood up suddenly. Liu Kang, have you thought clearly? If you breach the contract we signed, the liquidated damages you have to pay are 500 million. Even you, can you afford to pay 500 million if we lose our Yin Yuan Guild? You just won the World Championship honor 2 months ago. You haven't had time to accept orders from advertisers. Leave the guild. It's not that easy if you want to make money. It is indeed not difficult to earn 500 million in this world as the number 1 assassin in the Fantasy World and the best leader in team battles. But the problem is that Liu Kang has not had time to cash in his honor. Liu Kang did not look back, but responded as he walked. Are you the newcomer who plans to secretly train you with S-level talents? They secretly leaked the rumor that they left me the S-level assassin talent just to make me reject other guilds. The third area is the last server in the Fantasy World. If you can no longer get good talents on this server, you will never have the opportunity to create an account again. After Liu Kang won the championship, other guilds offered Liu Kang an S-level talent activation code. However, due to the fact that his old club, the Yin Yuan Guild, privately negotiated with him, he said that he had reserved an S-level assassin talent for himself. Therefore, Liu Kang rejected all invitations from other guilds. Also out of his trust in the Yin Yuan Guild's long-term cooperation, Liu Kang believed in them. Now that I think about it, in my first life, I was really too simple and careless. I didn't even sign a contract on such an important matter and believed in the verbal promise of the other party. But yes, I was indeed young in my first life, and it was easy for me to stumble when faced with these old-fashioned people in society. Liu Kang waved his hand back and did not look back. He just said lightly, Guild President, I don't intend to be plotted by others. This is the end of our guild friendship. Wait, Liu Kang, where are you going? If you go to other guilds now, other guilds will not take you in. The server will be launched soon. Their talent quotas have also been determined, and they cannot change their minds temporarily for you. If you stay in Yin Yuan Guild, I can still leave you in a level talent activation code. Do you want to start with a random talent? Liu Kang had already walked far away and went down the stairs. He couldn't see Liu Kang's back, but he could only hear a faint sentence coming from a distance. Don't worry about me, we will meet soon, President. But I think maybe you won't want to see me anytime soon. After leaving the guild, Liu Kang returned to his home. Liquidated damages, I'm going to have to pay a lot of money. Liu Kang scratched his hair. If the money is not paid, I'm afraid I won't be able to save this Dabby Eye. Starting with a debt of 500 million, it was really a hellish start. If it doesn't go up, I'm afraid the game cabin will be forced to be sold. I'm afraid I'll have to play games in the cabin bar, then. However, these are small things. As a reborn person who has been reborn twice, this adversity is really nothing. Brother, are you back? As soon as she got home, she heard a cordial greeting and her sleepy sister Bai Lu walked out of the bedroom. Well, I'm back. Bai Lu was still rubbing her eyes, she seemed not yet awake. Brother, aren't you at the club tonight to catch up on the schedule and have to play all night? Why are you back so early? When he met his sister again, Liu Kang's expression softened significantly. I resigned. Bai Lu is his half-sister. Liu Kang's biological father left home before Liu Kang could remember. The mother remarried, and the stepfather also had a daughter, Bai Lu. Although they are not related by blood, Liu Kang and Bai Lu can be regarded as growing up together. But 3 years ago, her parents had a car accident, and now only she and her sister were left to depend on each other. Liu Kang couldn't help but feel a little emotional when he thought of the memories from hundreds of years ago. Lulu, I will open a new area in the fantasy world later. Go online and play games with my brother for a while. Lulu is her nickname. Bai Lu became obviously excited when she heard Liu Kang's invitation. Really? Her brother is a professional player and he doesn't have time to play with her even online. He trains all day long. Bai Lu is naturally happy to have time to play with her now. Although she has just entered college, she is already a severely addicted girl. But will this slow down my brother's game progress? Brother Tilda. The opening of the Fantasy World server is a big event. In the early stage, all the major guilds are rushing to make progress. As a professional player, my brother spends his time with her, an amateur player. Although her skills among girls are pretty good, they are only at an average level. If you play with your brother, it is likely to drag him down and make him unable to keep up with his early progress. Seeing that Bai Lu was worried about him, Liu Kang smiled and said, No, I have my own plan. Liu Kang continued, the server will be launched soon, so get ready to go online. By the way, I'll give you an activation code. You can copy it directly later. Activation code? Really? Woohoo, I know my brother loves his sister the most. Liu Kang sent the activation code directly to Lulu through his mobile phone. After Lulu received the activation code, he imported it into the game cabin and added it to the clipboard. Liu Kang also returned to his room and lay down in the game cabin. I hope this life goes well. I really don't want to do it again. The alarm clock rang at 12 o'clock, and Liu Kang closed his eyes in the game cabin. Fantasy world, connection. Buzz. The brain is connected to the internet and enters a colorful world in an instant. Please select the server you want to enter. Server 1, fantasy. Server 2, empty. Server 3, unlimited. Select server 3, unlimited. Open black lens bracket entering the server, close black lens bracket. It is detected that you have not created a character on this server. Please create a character. Open black lens bracket, please enter your name, close black lens bracket. Call it Kong Chong. This game name has been used for 3 consecutive generations. Buzz. The light lit up and different weapons appeared on the ground, as well as different idols of gods behind the weapons. A long-handled staff inlaid with colored crystals on the top. Behind the staff is magic god Ispalut, with his hands raised in a great posture. A white and shiny long sword. Behind the long sword is god of war Kainu, who raises his axe high and roars to the sky. A staff with green beads inlaid on the top, followed by Kameroni, the god of life, surrounded by greenery and with a soft expression. An inconspicuous black dagger. Behind the dagger is Tixi, the god of assassination, whose face is unclear due to the black mist. A silver-white flintlock pistol, followed by gear composed of mechanical god Mani. A golden long bow, followed by bow god Luluwei. A gray shield. Behind it is composed of solid earth and stone, Obidus, the guardian god. Mage, warrior, priest, assassin, sharpshooter, archer, guardian. This is the initial profession in the fantasy world. We've reached the stage of making a decision again. Liu Kang thought back to his previous lives. Before the reincarnation in the first life, his choice was to be an assassin, as a member of the Yin Yuan Guild. The dog president suddenly changed his mind and did not give him the activation code for his S-level talent. However, due to the 500 million contract penalty, he could not immediately turn against him. You can only follow the guild and the T1 team to compete for the first kill in various dungeons, but the resources you get are limited after all. Most of the resources were ultimately given to the Yin Yuan Guild, lagging far behind others. In the second life, the first reincarnation, Liu Kang's choice was also an assassin, but the reincarnation was hurried and sudden. Because there was no preparation in advance. After rebirth, he still received A-level talents, but the difference was that at the beginning of this life, Liu Kang chose the lone wolf style of play and left the Yin Yuan Guild to develop on his own. But after all, the strength of the A-level talent was limited, and he still couldn't reach the end. In his third life, his second reincarnation, Liu Kang still chose assassin, but because of his preparation in advance, he got a special sulfur monosulfide level talent activation code this time. Once again, he chose the lone wolf style of play, got the first kill, and single-handedly stirred up the entire fantasy world. It was also in this life that he reached the starry sky and stood before the gods. As a result, I discovered, there are so many gods that I can't kill them all. And this life is the fourth life, the third reincarnation. Liu Kang looked at the dagger in the distance and sighed, I can't choose you this time. Liu Kang's eyes glanced around, not stopping at the gods. After all, I have been reincarnated 3 times. If I don't have some special measures, I will really be reincarnated in vain. Special exchange activation. Buzz. In front of Liu Kang, a box popped up. Open black lens bracket, please enter the activation code. Close black lens bracket. You only have 3 input opportunities. After 3 failed activations, you will lose the activation permission. This is a special exchange. In the fantasy world, after completing certain special tasks or achieving certain achievements on the first 2 servers, you may be able to receive an activation code as a reward. A-level activation codes can be sold for 20 million on the market. You know, it's still unclear how this game will impact real-world pricing in the future. After the fantasy world began to affect reality, the price of A-level talent activation codes could already reach 20 billion. But by that time, money had also depreciated. As for the S-level activation code, it has always been priceless, and it was still available before the fantasy world affected reality. After the fantasy world affects reality, even if it is exchanged for the resources of an entire country, it may not be possible to exchange it. However, Liu Kang's goal was not some S-level activation code. Enter activation code. Activation code, JODIAFWGHKJNKDFBOHEW, UF, AIJP, SHE, OFJWDKNVAJHGPAEJF49TYWUAOIHFEBHUASDFFYGQ8 UFWOHEFGBVSAHUBKGWRIQHU9OIR, EWJF123456KDH UK672839517AIGYUWAAO UT458IL4FWJK262455DFHA5BWJ4UR3KY289QCHUG, AOUIWRU64536465 NTGVQIC6545KUFIHOWRAEOGJIARWEHE89UOIF, H13GJDSKGNIELATHJIWEORPKLF. Liu Kang looked at the 300-character activation code in front of him, and a thought flashed through his mind. Even the luckiest person has no chance of being fooled. But suddenly, Liu Kang remembered something again. No, I think it's too absolute. In fact, there is still a chance that I am right. Liu Kang clicked to confirm. But at least I'm not right now. Congratulations on completing the activation code activation. You have successfully activated Eternal Ruler. This is the only talent that has the chance to grow to SSS level. It is also the only activation code with SSS level value in the fantasy world. Talent, Eternal Ruler, A. All effects of this talent can only be activated when you are the guild leader. Effect 1, Elite. The smaller the number of people in the guild, the stronger the other effects of the talent will be. Effect 2, Challenge Mission. A challenge mission appears in the guild, and you will receive special and generous rewards for completing the challenge mission. The fewer the number of people, the higher the reward for completing the mission. Effect 3, Leave your name. In the name leaving session, after leaving your guild name, you will receive richer rewards than normal. The fewer the number of people, the greater the reward. Effect 4, 10,000 transformations control. You can obtain all the abilities of any member of your guild and copy the equipment he wears. Duration, 2 minutes. Cooling time, 2 minutes. The fewer the number, the longer the duration, the shorter the cooling. Description, an extremely special guild bonus talent. This talent seems to have unlimited possibilities. Closed black lens bracket. It is this talent, although it is a level, but it has the ability to grow, and can even grow to the legendary SSS level. But, this A level 1 seems to be a bit of a supermodel. I have never heard of any A level talent that has 4 effects when it is first obtained. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. Liu Kang learned about it from his previous life. Eternal Ruler is the only talent that humans can obtain and upgrade to SSS level. This is a realm that all human beings in the previous life could not touch in their lifetime, including Liu Kang. The previous reincarnations made Liu Kang understand. With sulfur monosulfide level innate abilities, no matter how strong you are, you can't reach the upper limit of those abnormal laws. Even if he takes the path of his previous life again, even if his fighting power is 10 times stronger than that of his previous life, there is absolutely no way to break the final desperate situation. Moreover, the path in the previous life seems powerful, but in fact it does not have all the resources in the true sense. Playing as an assassin means giving up the resources of mages, warriors, guardians, healers, archers, gunners, etc. In the same way, when playing other professions, you have to give up something. Even if you choose a profession like Almighty One, that can take advantage of all resources. That also means giving up professions like Supreme Destroyer and Immortal Barrier. There must be gains and losses. During Liu Kang's journey, he saw many powerful skills of other professions and even artifacts and equipment. But due to his own limitations, he can't use it. Furthermore, a person only has 10 equipment slots and limited skill points. Even if he gets skills and equipment, he cannot equip them all or learn them all. Can copy the abilities of other people in the guild. If I can train everyone in the guild to be stronger than I was in my previous life, then my combat power will only be higher, not lower. So, this path is the final path Liu Kang plans to try. If we can gather the strongest assassins, the strongest mages, the strongest warriors, the strongest healers, the strongest. Collect all the strongest professions, get all the strongest props, skills and equipment, and then use the bonus of SSS level guild talents. This is the theoretically strongest path. Don't choose a profession, enter as an individual. Are you sure you don't want to choose a career? This may reduce your property gains and is irreversible. Closed black lens bracket. Confirm. Before choosing to change professions at level 20, Sanren will have 1 to 2 attribute points less per level than other professions. But in fact, this little attribute is behind the hundreds of thousands or millions of attribute values. Not even a fraction. The biggest advantage of Sanren in the early stage is that it is balanced and can use the skills of all professions. For Liu Kang, who has 3 generations of experience in the illusory world of reincarnation, it is the strongest start. You have obtained the profession, Sanren. Buzz. You have entered the initial town, Funhua City. Appearing again on a familiar yet unfamiliar street. The surroundings are full of excited players. Just entering here, you can hear their excited shouts. Wow, is this the fantasy world? Haha, new area. I finally got a B-level talent. This time I won't waste any time. After arriving in the town, Liu Kang did not waste time and directly found the location of the guild administrator. At this stage, every NPC is crowded with people. However, in the city at this stage, there is no collision volume between players, and they will not be crowded together to cause a blockage. This is a protection for newcomers. Players will not collide in towns until they are around level 20. By that time, players have also left the novice town and gone exploring around the world. Therefore, no matter how many players there are at this stage, it will not cause congestion. Otherwise, in this popular new area, hundreds of millions of players enter the 3 areas at the same time and crowd together. It would probably take several hours just to squeeze in front of the NPC to accept the task. Liu Kang came directly to the guild administrator. I want to start a guild. This kind of non-special public NPC is unique in the eyes of each player. Even if many people are talking to this NPC at the same time, in the eyes of each player, this NPC seems to be serving him alone. Okay, please give your guild a name. God kills. Liu Kang had already thought of a name for the guild. In the previous 3 lives, he was killed by gods, leaving only the last backhand to open the door to time and space. Being killed again and again, even if he could be reborn, Liu Kang could not forget it. The name of this guild is, on the one hand, to remember that he was killed by God. On the other hand, this name can also be used to understand in reverse, the god of death. In this life, it was his turn to kill the gods. Congratulations, your guild name has been successfully registered. You can activate your own guild by paying 100 copper coins within 1 day. If the registered guild copper coins are not paid within 24 hours, the name will be returned. Fortunately, I entered the game early and no one has registered this guild name. Most of the first people to register guilds were the big guilds, and they had already sent people to register their own guild names. Of course, if other players beat you to it, these guilds will also find the player to negotiate a price and ask him to cancel the guild and release his name. 100 copper coins? Liu Kang clicked on the backpack. There were only 10 copper coins in the backpack. This was the player's starting capital. It was obviously not enough to establish a guild. At least the first mission must be completed in order to obtain 100 copper coins. Well, I just happened to be on my way. Liu Kang went to an old middle-aged man and accepted the mission he issued. These are non-special NPCs and are independent for each player. However, due to the reality of the fantasy world, if you do something to these NPCs that makes them angry, they may no longer send you quests. Players often provoke NPCs, causing the task chain to be interrupted. And this kind of loss is difficult to make up for. If you kill this NPC will truly disappear from this player's world permanently, but it will not be affected in the eyes of other players. The above are all non-special NPCs. As for special NPCs, they are unique existences in the entire world, just like real people in the real world. If they die, they are dead in the eyes of all players. Just after completing the mission, a friend request pops up. Bailu applies to add you as a friend. Quite fast. Liu Kang smiled lightly and applied as a friend. As soon as I passed the friend application, I was immediately bombarded with voice messages from that side. Elder brother. S level talent activation code. How did you get it? This is such a precious thing. How can you let me use it? It's too luxurious. Brother, did you rob a bank? Did you send this talent to the wrong person? Brother, was this what you were originally going to use? But you accidentally copied it to me. What should I do? You can't change the number in the fantasy world. This talent I can't return it to you. Woo woo tilde. Bailu originally thought that the activation code was a B level or A level talent. The activation code for a B level talent could be sold for 1 million on the market. There are only 3 zones in the fantasy world, which means there are only 3 opportunities to create an account. The probability of awakening an A-level talent is only 1 in 10,000, while the probability of awakening a B-level talent is only 30%. Most people have E tilde C-level talents. S-level talents, except those activated by activation codes, will have a fixed number of 10 people appearing in each zone. Within 24 hours of the opening of the server in the third zone, the owners of the 10 S-level talents will be determined. Now there are only 3 areas in the new area, and the probability of awakening A-level talents is actually only 0.01%. Therefore, for the sake of stability, it is worthwhile to spend 1 million to buy a stable B-level talent activation code. Bailu's idea is also very simple, that is, instead of betting on the 1 in 10,000 chance, it would be good to get an activation code for a B-level talent. Otherwise, it would be a bit bad to have a high probability of randomly getting an E tilde C-level talent. Of course, if it is A-level, Bailu will be very happy even though he feels sorry for his brother. However, S-level, this is a spot that the core members of the big guild have to compete for. Even the battles in professional competitions are mostly fought by 4A around an S-level talent. S-level is the core strength of the professional team. It was such an S-level talent that fell into the hands of an idle, semi-leisure and semi-entertainment player. Why didn't Bailu panic? Don't think too much, I'm not mistaken, this talent is given to you. It's a pity that Bailu doesn't know how to play assassin. The assassin profession requires extremely high operations. Otherwise, the sulfur monosulfide level assassin talent activation code can be given to Bailu. Fortunately, Liu Kang already knew in his previous life that every S-level talent had a way to advance it. But it's only for SS. If you want to rise to SSS level, it seems that there is no way to do it other than your own talent. Let's go, accept the mission and go to the farmland to the north to kill wild boars. We want to grab the first kill of the first dungeon in the third area. Bailu saw the message that popped up in the chat box and hesitated. Brother, did you send the message to the wrong person? Do you have other sisters? We grab the first kill in the first dungeon in the third area? Us? Brother, you must have sent the wrong message. How can the two of us get the first kill in the third area? So many big guilds are watching. However, when the news was sent out, Bailu immediately received a reply from his brother. Do you doubt your brother's strength? You are now an S-level talent holder. You are not qualified to compete for the first kill. Who is qualified? Besides, I didn't say it, it's just the two of us. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. Liu Kang and Bailu arrived at the suburbs of Fenghua City. The place is already crowded with players. Many of the players who come to the third area are not new players. They already know how to upgrade more efficiently in the early stage. The Stargate Guild is recruiting new players. Priority will be given to those with B-level talents and above, and players with accounts in the old area will be given priority. A-level talents enjoy a contract with a monthly salary of 100,000. This is why activation codes for A-level talents can be sold for 20 million on the market. A-level talents are highly prized in the hands of major guilds. A monthly salary of 100,000 yuan. You must know that there are still many people whose annual salary is only 50,000 to 60,000 yuan, and their monthly income is less than 5,000 yuan. Come on. The new guild is recruiting. The Ankyo Blast Brigade is recruiting a cute new baby. The Fireball Cult is recruiting new members. Only mages, only fire spells. Once they find out they are ice spells, they will all be kicked out of the guild. The Casual Tea Party is recruiting new members. Babies who like casual play can come to our guild. There are not so many new guilds recruiting. It's 0:04 in the morning on Saturday. Because the weekend system is well implemented, I don't have to work on Saturdays and Sundays. The Fantasy World server is now open, and these players are planning to stay up all night to progress. Brother, you should be from the Yin Yuan Guild, right? Don't you have to go find them? Bailu heard the shouts from these guilds and remembered her brother's work, and couldn't help but ask curiously. No. Lulu, I have established a guild. You can join it later. Bailu was obviously a little surprised. Brother, you established a guild by yourself? Can you establish a guild by yourself? Wouldn't this be a violation of the contract? Liu Kang just smiled and did not tell his sister that he had breached the contract. Anyway, the liquidated damages of 500 million can be earned back soon. Now the Yin Yuan Guild probably doesn't have much time to sue itself. It's fine. Bailu seemed to understand. Oh. Then I'll join. Since my brother has said this, it should be okay. My brother has always been very reliable and has never failed to do what he promised. Bailu clicked on Liu Kang's information bar. I was about to apply to join Liu Kang's guild, but found that Liu Kang didn't have a guild at all. No, brother, where is your guild? Oh, it hasn't been established yet. It's missing 90 copper coins. When Bailu received this answer, she looked in disbelief. Huh? When other people set up a guild, didn't they just pool their money and build it directly? You, a professional player from the Yin Yuan Guild, are still short of gold coins? Oh no, copper coins? Brother, when did you become so depressed? But these thoughts were echoing in Bailu's mind. Bailu didn't say it out loud. It's the same between brothers and sisters. Bailu had just received the S-level talent from her brother. How dare she talk nonsense now? While the brother and sister were talking, they unknowingly arrived at the farmland in the suburbs. Liu Kang opened the initial weapon pack and selected the dagger as the initial weapon. This is a special treatment for Samren. You can get an initial weapon pack at the beginning and choose any weapon of your choice. Farmland in the north of the city. There are a large number of wild boars around the farmland. Many players have come here to upgrade. This is the best place for leveling in the early stage. The place is spacious and there are enough monsters. This huge suburb is enough to accommodate millions of players leveling up here. Of course, the number of players who entered the fantasy world today must be more than 1 million, but in the few minutes since the server was launched, this place is enough. Liu Kang clicked on the task list. Task: kill 20 wild boars. Task reward: 100 copper coins. Experience value: 500. After confirming that the task was correct, Liu Kang closed the task list. This is a habit developed in the past life. In the previous life, there were situations where I did not read the mission instructions carefully after receiving the mission, which led to disastrous consequences. After that time, Liu Kang developed the habit of carefully looking at the task requirements no matter how simple the task was. At the same time, Liu Kang also noticed a player wearing red clothes nearby. But soon, Liu Kang withdrew his attention and said to his sister, Lulu, I'm going to gather them together. Have you learned Fireball for the first time? You keep accumulating power, and when I tell you to release it, you find the right one. Angle release. Use your own feelings. Bailu waved his hand quickly. Shall I do it myself? No, I will mess it up. Liu Kang chuckled and touched Bailu's head. No, Lulu, believe in your potential. Looking at his brother's trusting eyes, Bailu Kai nodded weakly. Good. After seeing my sister agree, Liu Kang held the dagger in his hand and rushed towards the nearest wild boar. Start accumulating strength. At the same time, Liu Kang activated the operation through his thoughts. Learn skill, Arc Flash. Assassin skills, Arc Flash, perform an arc-shaped displacement at an extremely fast speed and cause a normal attack damage to enemies on the path. The maximum displacement distance is 5 meters. Cooling time, 3 seconds, no consumption. Aha. Liu Kang flashed an arc of light, instantly crossing a wild boar and pulling in 5 surrounding wild boars at the same time. An ordinary arc flash is like a hard steel ruler that can be bent, but not very far. The arc flash used by Liu Kang was so wide that it almost drew a circle. Although it does not mean that the more curved the arc, the better, the use of skills must be based on the actual situation. But Liu Kang's arc flash operation was too terrifying. Even players who don't play assassins will know how awesome this operation is after seeing it. This arc flash is completely beyond the player's understanding of this skill. When Bailu saw this operation, her eyes lit up slightly. Is this what professional players do? The basic skills can be used so coolly. 5 wild boars were pulled by the arc flash. The wild boar that was attacked became furious and began to sprint towards Liu Kang. However, Liu Kang took his time and jumped back. The dagger was drawn behind him, and at the same time it struck the two wild boars behind him. Then Liu Kang rolled and rolled directly from under the wild boar to the front. In just 1 second, 7 monsters were pulled out. After rolling, Liu Kang stood up as quickly as possible. He couldn't even feel that his speed was delayed by the rolling ground. The whole process was smooth and smooth. After pulling out the monster, Liu Kang turned around and ran away. The monsters in the fantasy world are not ordinary perverts. Liu Kang is only level 1, with only 8 points of initial constitution and only 120 HP. But a pig arching will cause more than 30 points of damage. If you are thrust 4 times, you will die. Of course, as a reborn person, Liu Kang would not be touched by these level 1 monsters if he wanted to. Bai Lu, let me go after you heard me say it. Liu Kang used the team voice to communicate with Bai Lu. While running, he was also pulling more mobs. Another arc flash was pulled out, and this time the arc flash was pulled out in an S-shaped movement. Liu Kang's operation completely attracted the surrounding passerby players. What was that flash just now? Arc flash? S-shaped arc flash? Who is so awesome? I remember that Kang, the number 1 assassin in District 1, has never used this kind of operation, right? But only a few players saw the arc flash. The attention of more players was attracted by the wild boars. In just 4 seconds, Liu Kang's back was already filled with wild boars with red eyes. If you count carefully, there are 15 of them. Nah, is this person sick? Is that person named Kang Chong crazy? Are you trying to kill so many wild boars? Professional players wouldn't dare to pull so many wild boars. The wild monsters in the fantasy world are notoriously strong. Even if you are an experienced player, you may accidentally overturn your game. Normally, old players can pull at most 2 or 3 at the same time, which is the limit, but now Liu Kang actually pulled 15 at once. Liu Kang glanced behind him from the corner of his eye. About there. Set fireballs. Talent, energy-infused chanting, S. You can release all spells with energy-infused chanting. The longer the chanting time, the greater the skill range and power. The maximum chanting time is 10 times the initial one. If the chanting time is less than 1 second, the default is 1 second. The power is increased up to 30 times, and the range is increased up to 30 times. Bai Lu waved the staff in his right hand, a fiery red magic circle lit up, and a huge fireball exploded instantly. Shoot towards Liu Kang's face. Boom. A spherical explosion spread with Liu Kang as the center. Scorching flames erupt. -303. -320. -312. -314. -321. Boom. Sister's real name, Bai Lu, game ID, Bai Lu, nickname, Lulu. I'm afraid some people will say why I typed the wrong name, so I'll respond. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. The fireball exploded, and the 15 wild boars behind Liu Kang were all turned into ashes in an instant. Shucks.co acute them. Their health volume is only 150. How can you withstand a fireball that does 300 damage in one shot? The flames dissipated. Liu Kang walked out of the flames, and his teammates would not cause harm to his teammates. But in fact, even if there is no team in the green name state, if the skill hits other players, it will not cause accidental damage to the player. Unless Bai Lu turns on the red name killing mode, he can attack other players indiscriminately. Well done. Bai Lu is actually a very talented player. She didn't even realize that she has a strong fighting intuition. Moreover, Bai Lu has very strong computing power. As an internet-addicted girl who can pass the Tsinghua University, her talent is actually not that strong. Liu Kang had already noticed Bai Lu's talent in her first life, but out of consideration for Bai Lu's studies, he did not let her indulge in games too much. As a result, his sister was sacrificed for him in the late game. This was one of Liu Kang's most painful memories. As for the next 2 lives, since Liu Kang chose the lone wolf style of play, it was not convenient for him to take Bai Lu with him for various reasons, and the training of his sister was still lacking. Memories flashed by, and Liu Kang shook his head, not thinking about these memories of his past life. When he was reborn for the first time, Liu Kang was often troubled by memories. He lost too many things and always wanted to protect everything. Now that Liu Kang has understood everything, he came back just to change everything. If it doesn't work once, just do it again and again. But there is no need to suffer anymore, and there is no need to just look at the future in the distance all the time. It is also good to pay attention to the surroundings. Wow, help, boss, help. After Liu Kang eliminated 15 wild boars, nearby, a player wearing red clothes and carrying a giant sword on his back rushed towards Liu Kang, crying. Behind him followed closely a wild boar with red eyes. Player name, the Brave and the Fearless. It's indeed him. I originally wanted to look for it deliberately, but unexpectedly, I found it myself. Although Liu Kang is a reborn person and knows the information of each player, he has no way of knowing all the movements of each player after entering the game. Liu Kang saw that the wild boar behind him had lost its health. The arc flash passed directly, and at the same time as the arc flash, he also made 2 cuts to level A. -15. 22. -18. The 3 wounds were struck almost at the same time, and it fell with a muffled thud. The wild boar that was chasing the brave man fell to the ground and gradually turned into ashes. Liu Kang turned his head. Hey, the brave man is fearless, the wild boar chasing you is dead. The brave man was still running, and he turned his head when he heard Liu Kang's call. Sure enough, the wild boar chasing him disappeared. Snapped. Before even Liu Kang could react, Yangzi Wu Wei hugged Liu Kang's thigh. Boss, you are the boss, take me with you. Depend on. I heard that Dauntless was embarrassing in the early stages, but I didn't expect it to be that embarrassing. The corners of Liu Kang's mouth moved slightly. Get up quickly and I will take you. The brave man stood up immediately, and Bai Lu came over, with a slight hesitation and embarrassment on her face. Brother, this is your friend. No, I just met you too. But let's team up with him and practice leveling together. The brave one is also the owner of S-level talents, and is the top warrior talent among S-levels. He is also a character that Liu Kang must recruit into the guild in his plan. Really? Are you really willing to take me? Right. But the premise is that you want to join my guild. Fearless is a complete newbie. Although he has obtained the S-level talent, he has not yet understood the value of this talent. In the fantasy world, this level of cuteness can only be described as comparable to a giant panda. After all, given the popularity of Illusion World, even if you have never played it, you have definitely heard all kinds of rumors about Illusion World. Thanks to the fact that the brave one is new enough, now is the best time to trick him into joining the guild. Otherwise, it will be too late by the time he realizes the value of S-level talent. I can't offer any other good terms now. Others will casually throw out tens of millions of checks and issue millions of monthly salaries. And the only thing I can take out is probably the 500 million in debt. I can't say to the brave warrior, brother, I will leave this 500 million debt to you. Faced with Liu Kang's request. Okay, just join the guild, no problem. The brave man agreed without even thinking about it. However, I may not be able to defeat these monsters. It's okay, just stay aside and wait for the upgrade. When it reaches level 5, we will get the first kill in the Ash Forest. That's when you need to contribute. First kill? What is it? Hearing this question, Liu Kang's mouth twitched. As expected of a newbie, he didn't even know what the first kill was. Liu Kang invited Brave to form a team, but Brave at least knew how to form a team and join the team directly. Lulu, charge up your strength. Liu Kang moved and continued to pull the wild boar. To get the first kill required not only strength, but also time. The progress of other guilds will not be so slow. I'll explain to you what the first kill is on the way. Liu Kang repeated his old trick and pulled a group of wild boars to chase him. After one experience, Bai Lu has become familiar with this style of play. Bai Lu himself is not low in gaming talent. After watching it once, Bai Lu can basically understand everything. Injection into singing. Fireball. 4 seconds. Boom 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 boom. Minus 303. Minus 320. Minus 312. Minus 314. Minus 321. You have killed. Wild boar. Level 1. Experience gained. 11. You have killed. Wild boar. Level 1. Experience gained. 11. You have killed. Wild boar. Level 1. Experience gained. 11. In just 5 seconds, more than a dozen wild boars were lying on the ground. Liu Kang didn't hesitate at all, and immediately turned around to pull down a group of wild boars. The arc flashed out and formed a U003C zigzag line. An assassin's small displacement skill was played out in Liu Kang's hands. Bailu's job is much easier. All you need to do is stand still, accumulate strength, and bomb. Boom 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 boom. Minus 313. Minus 328. Minus 314. Minus 322. Minus 323. You have killed. Wild boar. Level 1. Experience gained. 11. You have killed. Wild boar. Level 1. Experience gained. 11. You have killed. Wild boar. Level 1. Experience gained. 11. So back and forth. After 8 consecutive bombings, Liu Kang's team also killed more than 100 wild boars. The time it took was just over a minute, and the efficiency made other players numb. They even forgot about leveling up and stared blankly at Liu Kang's team. An assassin, with a mage, he killed piles of wild boars. What's the origin of that guy named Bai Lu? Her fireball is too powerful, right? Isn't she an S-level talent? S-level talent? I remember that if you find an S-level talent owner, report it to the guild. Oh, you can get a bounty if you report it. Yes, I remember finding that there are no guild S-level talent owners. If the situation is true, they can receive a bonus of 5,000 yuan. This is my monthly salary. Haha, the fools are still discussing, but the smart people have already started to contact the talent department of the big guild. Speaking of which, have they already reached the hiding conditions? In more than a minute, that is, after killing a total of 115 wild boars, Liu Kang led Bai Lu and the others back towards Fenghua City without any delay. Without giving other players a chance to harass him, Liu Kang and others entered the city and soon came to the nearby guide after rejecting several players' friends and team invitations. Deliver the mission. You have completed the task, cleaning up wild boars in the suburbs. You have reached additional conditions. The number of wild boars cleared reaches 100. You have obtained the hidden reward of the task. You have obtained experience points, 3,000, copper coins, 500. Congratulations on your level promotion to 5. Clearing out 100 wild boars is the fastest way to level up to level 5. This hidden mission was discovered on the 10th day after the opening of the server in Zone 1. Even in later generations, this will be the fastest 5-speed promotion formula. Liu Kang handed in the task and immediately went to the guild administrator. Register the guild. The guild administrator smiled and said, you have a guild that has been registered but not yet activated. Guild name, God Kill. Would you like to pay 100 copper coins to activate it? Activation. Liu Kang handed over 100 copper coins. You have activated the guild, God Kill. You have obtained the identity, President of the Godslayer Guild, and you have activated your talent, Eternal Ruler. Provoke him? His guild is all God level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. On the other side, the brave warrior looked at his level and made a fuss. What the hell? Is it directly level 5? The boss is indeed a boss. Bai Lu looked at the idiot next to him with contempt. Just bring yourself, why would your brother bring this idiot with you? Suddenly, a prompt popped up in front of Bai Lu's eyes. The sky has sent you an invitation to join the guild. Whether to join the guild, God Killing. God Kills? Bai Lu looked at the guild name, then looked at Liu Kang. Asked, brother, when did you become so middle-aged? You are obviously already a grown-up. Hearing his sister complaining about him like this, Liu Kang couldn't help but twitch the corner of his mouth. Is this little girl itchy? Your brother is. Liu Kang was about to retort, but was in a daze. How old are you now? It had been a long time since he had thought about his age. Not long after he was reborn, Liu Kang had a feeling of what year he was today. Bai Lu stuck out his tongue and said, it's 21. What? You can't even remember your own age? I didn't expect you, brother, to be at the age where you forget your own age so quickly. Bai Lu waved her hands inside. Liu Kang couldn't help but laugh and did not continue to refute. Indeed, he has been reborn 3 times. If you really count his age, he is much older than the oldest man in the world. He is also the eldest and not the youngest. However, because the experience in the fantasy world is complicated, there are always ups and downs, and as the strength becomes stronger, the concept of time will also change. So Liu Kang wouldn't really look like an old man. Bai Lu helplessly spread his hands, but after saying this, Bai Lu still clicked to join. As soon as I joined, I found that Brave and Valiant was already on the list of guild members. Bai Lu looked at the young man in red who was carrying a huge sword on his back. So fast? Ah, didn't you already agree to join? Besides, isn't your brother a big boss? The brave one already knows the relationship between Kang Chong and White Deer. He is just a newbie, but he is not a fool. For the brave and fearless, it's okay if you can hug your thighs. He didn't realize at all that he was the owner of an S-level talent. He only felt that he was holding him in his lap. That's right. Hey, since I'm the boss, there's nothing to worry about. I can just follow you. Bai Lu drew his neck back a little, showing a look of disgust. You really don't have any sense of being a drag. Except for her brother, Bai Lu is the type who has a very venomous tongue towards outsiders. The brave man touched the back of his head and said, yes, so your brother is really a good person. Seeing that the other party did not refute, Bai Lu lost the desire to ridicule the other party. Instead, click on the guild member list and click on the detailed information of the brave and valiant. According to the settings set by the guild leader, members in the guild can view the detailed information of other members, including talent information. As the president, you can also choose to keep certain members' information confidential so that others cannot access it. But it was obvious that Liu Kang had no such intention. The moment I saw the brave and fearless message board, the corners of Bai Lu's mouth moved. Open black lens bracket, the brave and the fearless close black lens bracket. Level 5. Occupation, warrior, basic. Health value, 1200. Strength, 120. Constitution, 90. Agility, 70. Spirit, 10. Talent, unlimited warrior, S. The strength, physique, and agility obtained from all sources are doubled. All warrior skills will evolve once. Combat skills will evolve into charged combat skills. Charged attacks do not need to be charged. Use force to achieve maximum effect, close black lens bracket. No. With this attribute, are you afraid of being a dir? 1200 blood, the wild boar only does 30 damage when it arches. Are you being chased by the wild boar like this? 120 points of strength, plus the greatsword enjoys a higher strength bonus. That wild boar with 120 HP will probably die as soon as you hit it, right? Oh no, this is his level 5 attribute. He was only level 1 just now. But even if it is level 1 and its attributes are slightly worse, it will definitely be easy to kill a wild boar. Bai Lu really couldn't imagine what the brave and fearless man was running for just now. But, S-level talent. Bai Lu swallowed a mouthful of saliva. He looked at Liu Kang again. Could it be that my brother already knew that he was the owner of an S-level talent? As a result, there are 2 S-level talents in the Godslayer Guild. In terms of high-end combat power configuration, it seems to be comparable to that of the Grand Guild. There are 8 very large guilds in the fantasy world. According to the information currently obtained, each guild only has 1 to 2 owners of S-level talents in one area. Now there are 2 S-levels in the Godslayer Guild, which is already the configuration of a large guild. Thinking of her brother's abnormality today, Bai Lu wondered in her heart, what on earth did my brother think? Bai Lu was curious and wanted to click on Liu Kang's detailed information. But I found that the detailed information was locked. Liu Kang seemed to notice something and smiled at Bai Lu. Bai Lu pouted her lips. Cheapskate. It's not easy to expose my innate ability for the time being. You will know it after a while. In fact, there is nothing to hide your talents. It would be difficult for others to target themselves if they knew about it. Even if the innate abilities are exposed, more people may be attracted to join the guild. Innate abilities that can strengthen the entire guild are very rare in the entire fantasy world. Not now, though. At least you have to wait until your talent reaches S level. Liu Kang checked the guild mission list, and sure enough, a challenge mission appeared. Guild challenge mission. Clear the level 5 dungeon with the highest difficulty. Extra challenge. The record time for clearing the dungeon is within 5 minutes. Task reward. Gold quality equipment, optional parts, 3-star skill book, guild contribution points, 5,000. Extra reward for completing the challenge. Homemade exclusive growth weapon. The maximum reward has been activated based on the current guild number. The treasure level is 10 times the basic reward. This reward is indeed generous. This challenge task is indeed not difficult to complete at the normal level. You only need to clear the level, and there is no limit to the first kill or the number of minutes to clear the level. But with such simple conditions, you can get optional gold quality equipment. Liu Kang vaguely remembered that in his previous life, he got his first golden equipment after killing a level 20 world boss. Bai Lu, you are brave and fearless. You will accept the guild's challenge mission. Challenge mission? Bai Lu was a little confused. She hadn't heard of any challenging tasks from the guild. But the guild does have it on a daily basis. But for most large guilds, these daily tasks are left to the miscellaneous fish. Oh no, bastard. Bai Lu pinched his face and couldn't help but wonder in his heart, how could you just treat others like trash? Does my brother want me to do those daily tasks? Although there are not enough manpower, it is okay to do these things, but I always feel that it is a waste of S-level talents. One thought after another flashed through Bai Lu's mind. But his hands were not slow, and he quickly opened the task interface. When Bai Lu saw this mission, he couldn't help but cover his mouth. Gold quality equipment? Bai Lu looked at Liu Kang in disbelief. At this moment, she also guessed some of Liu Kang's innate abilities related to the guild. While Bai Lu was still shocked, the brave man next to him Wu Wei said to Liu Kang, "Boss, the mission has been completed." Liu Kang nodded. Okay, go to the Ash Forest and get the first kill. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. Suburbs of Funhua City. The Yin Yuan Guild has reserved an entire field for leveling. One of the assassins walked quickly, and his figure appeared and disappeared. Every time he appeared, he took away the life of a wild boar. Of course, these wild boars have residual health. It was other members of the Yin Yuan Guild who lowered the wild boar's health and left it to the assassin to harvest. I didn't expect that guy Liu Kang would suddenly change his mind. If he takes the A-level shadow talent and cooperates with Yin Kong's S-level void obliteration, the first kill this time will definitely be our Yin Yuan Guilds. Yinshan, why not let Liu Kang use the S-level void obliteration? The first assassin should be able to perform better with the S-level talent than Yin Kong. Performance is not the most important thing. What is important is loyalty to the Yin Yuan Guild. Do you think Liu Kang will be loyal? When asked this question, the vice president beside Yin Shen fell silent. After a while, the vice president, blooming, replied to Yin Shen, no. Liu Kang is a very ambitious person. Yin Shen chuckled. That's it. If you give him the S-level talent, and he leaves the Yin Yuan Guild in the future, the strength of our guild will be greatly reduced. Then, can't you tell him directly in advance? Oh, Liu Kang is the most popular player in the World Championship. Coupled with his operation, if we don't keep him, he will go to other guilds. If we don't keep him here, I will feel uneasy. Bian Wuguang seemed a little angry and asked, even if we have to use some despicable means. This is for the entire guild. Yin Shen responded calmly. Plop. Another wild boar fell. Yin Kong, who was spawning monsters in the distance, also stopped. President, this is 100. Okay, go back and hand in the mission, and set off directly to the Ash Forest. Don't give other guilds a chance. After Yin Shen gave the order, Yin Kong and his team returned to the city. And just after Yin Kong left, the undercurrent from the talent department sent a message. President, it seems that a wild S-level talent owner has been discovered. The name is White Deer. According to the information, it seems to be a charge-type mage talent. Attached to the chat message were several pictures and a video. In the video, there is an image of a white deer chanting magic, accumulating power, and killing wild boars. In addition, we also discovered an individual professional player named Kang Chong. His skills are a bit abnormal. We suspect that this individual professional player named Kang Chong is the new account opened by Liu Kang. It was followed by a video. In the video, Liu Kang used Arc Flash to draw an almost circular or S-shaped route. Seeing this video, Yin Chen couldn't help but shrink his pupils. As the Yin Yuan Guild, which mainly focuses on the assassin profession, how come it doesn't know how difficult it is to operate this Arc Flash? If this is really Liu Kang, then his current skills are probably several levels better than what he showed in the World Championship. That player named Bai Lu, try to win over him. This player named Kang Chong, try to find a way to confirm whether he is Liu Kang. If he is Liu Kang, I will have to talk to him again. If it's not Liu Kang, tell him that the Yin Yuan Guild is willing to offer a flat price of 50 million, plus a monthly salary of 2 million, and only asks him to teach assassin operating techniques in the Yin Yuan Guild. In front of the Ash Forest dungeon, there were not many players, but not too few. Many players are leveling up nearby. It is convenient to play a copy directly after reaching level 5. However, most players are generally still at level 3. Even though it was only 2 levels away from level 5, it was estimated that it would take them nearly an hour to reach these 2 levels. Therefore, the battle for the first kill in the early stage is basically nothing for ordinary players. By the time they reach level 5, the Grand Guild had already obtained the first kill. For early upgrades, either the big guild assigns different members to coordinate and cooperate with a numerical advantage, or, like Liu Kang, there are special means to quickly clear monsters and level up. However, there were still people who arrived at the Ash Forest earlier than Liu Kang. At this time, there were already 5 players sitting at the door of the dungeon to rest. They have obviously run all the way and are recovering their strength. It is obvious that their upgrade speed is faster. Other players looked at the team and started talking. They are from the Stargate Guild. Is this their starting team? Xing Shi, that star mage from District 1. He didn't change his ID. It seems that this time the Stargate Guild got the S-level talent. I heard that he signed a lifetime contract with Stargate. His voice in the Stargate Guild is probably second only to the president. That's great. When can I become a professional player? The Stargate Guild mainly focuses on the legal profession. The early leveling speed is naturally faster than that of Yin Yuan Guild. However, it is just faster. In just 10 seconds, the starting team of Yin Yuan Guild also appeared in the player's sight. Soon he arrived in front of the copy door. Recover your physical strength. Once fully recovered, enter the dungeon directly. Grey Toon in the Yin Yuan Guild team gave the order. Although he is not an S-level talent, he holds a command position in the dungeon strategy. The presence of command is very important in the dungeon strategy. Even an S-level Yin Kong must obey his orders. Several members of the Yin Yuan Guild were ordered to sit down. Their grey tone gaze swept around, and they suddenly discovered a mage wearing a white cloth robe near him, whose ID was Bai Lu. His eyes lit up slightly, and he suddenly remembered the message the director of the talent department had just sent in the group. So he stepped forward directly and said, Miss Bai Lu. Cough. But before he could send out the invitation, Liu Kang on the other side stopped the two of them from the middle. Wei Tiao looked at the person who stopped him. It was Kang Chong. Grey Tone is not annoyed. Mr. Kang Chong, you are indeed a team. You just performed very well in the suburbs. Our Yin Yuan guild has noticed talents like you, so we wanted to ask if you have any ideas about joining our guild. You are so skilled in assassin operations. You should know that our Yin Yuan guild is the strongest assassin guild. We will never treat you badly. If you like, we can negotiate terms right away. When Lu Kang heard what the other party said, he raised his eyebrows slightly. Now let's talk about the terms. What about your first kill in the dungeon? But Wei Huo responded with a professional smile. I'll go make a copy, and someone will talk to you on my behalf. Lu Kang said with a half smile, what if I said, I want you to give me the first kill of the dungeon? The smile on Wei Tiao's face gradually faded. Even the Yin Yuan guild can only strive for the first kill of the dungeon. Kang Chong, I hope you won't make fun of this matter. And while the two were talking, a discordant voice joined the conversation. Hey, why don't you call us when something good happens? Xing Shi put his hands in his pockets, raised his neck high, and grinned with a bohemian smile. Oh, it's Yin Yuan. Is he robbing someone? Is this Bai Lu a player with S-level talent? He is thin and small, only 1.65 meters tall, with colorful hair, like a child. How much does Yin Yuan guild offer you? Our Stargate guild will offer you double the price. Seeing two guilds gathering in front of him to snatch people, this familiar scene reminded Lu Kang of his past life. I was robbed in the same way at that time. Thinking of what had happened, Lu Kang couldn't help but smile and said, you all want Bai Lu to join your guild, why not make a bet? Bai Lu can go to any of your guilds without any reward. But she will only go to the guild that got the first kill. However, upon hearing Lu Kang's suggestion, Xing Shi rolled her eyes and said, who are you? Can you help others make decisions? I'm her brother. Lu Kang glanced back at Bai Lu. Bai Lu was suddenly made such a decision, and felt a little hesitant in her heart, but in the end she nodded slightly. I agree to the decision my brother made for me. After all, her S-level talent was given by Lu Kang. Of course, talent is only secondary. More importantly, she believes in her brother. I've only just finished speaking half of my words. I haven't finished my conditions yet. If you get the first kill, White Deer can go to your guild. But if our team gets the first kill, then each of your guilds must give it to me. Provide 1 million gold coins. When Xing Shi heard Lu Kang's request, she couldn't help but cover her face and said, damn, are you crazy? Do you know the value of 1 million gold coins? That's 100 million. 1 gold coin is 10,000 copper coins. 1 gold equals 100 silver equals 10,000 copper. The current buying price of gold on the market is 1 silver coin equals 1 yuan, which is equivalent to 1 gold coin being 100 yuan. Lu Kang asked for 200 million when he asked. Xing's eyes smile grew thicker and thicker. Haha, interesting. Who else is in your team? Lu Kang pointed his finger. I, White Deer, and the warrior named Brave and Fearless. Xing Shi glanced at Bai Lu and Yang Ji Wuwei. These two people didn't look like masters. In the fantasy world, whether a person is strong or weak can be seen from various details. The way to hold the weapon, the stance, the eyes. The brave man was fearless. He didn't know what he was looking down at, as if his attention was not here at all. The only one in this team who can be considered a master is probably Kang Chong, who seems to have no flaws at all. But with just one master, it would be impossible to get the first kill. Haha, okay, I'll bet with you. By the way, if guilds in other regions get the first kill, does that count? If they get the first kill, will your sister also join those guilds? There are 4 starting cities in Fantasy World, each located in different directions on the map. At present, it seems that basically every 2 guilds of the 8 major guilds occupy one city, which also means that 2 guilds have to compete for the first kill of a copy. Hearing Xing Zai's question, Lu Kang simply replied, others don't count, only the ones we gamble here count. Xing Shi patted her chest. I agree on behalf of the Stargate Guild. Lu Kang nodded lightly. The Stargate Guild was very trustworthy, and Lu Kang had already recorded what he said. Lu Kang looked at Wei Tiao who was standing aside. What about you? If you don't agree to the bet, even if you get the first kill, Bai Lu will not go to your guild. Wei Tiao frowned. He didn't expect things to turn out to be so difficult. I'm asking the president for instructions. After a while, Wei Wei replied. The president agreed. After he said this, Xing Shi turned around and walked directly towards the copy. Have you rested enough? Let's start work. Haha, our mission is a little heavier again. The other starting members of the Stargate Guild also stood up. Their bodies blended into the copy. When Wei Huo saw this scene, he immediately waved his hand. The rest is over. Enter the dungeon. After these words, the starting team of Yin Yuan Guild immediately entered the dungeon. Brother, do you need to form other people? Are we going to enter the dungeon too? Bai Lu looked obviously a little anxious when he saw them entering the dungeon in a hurry. There's no need to team up with others. Lulu, you learn an Earth Fire Blast and fill it up directly. Earth Fire Impact is the mage's elemental magic, which can be learned at level 5. After being released, ground fire will burn from the ground. After the ground fire accumulates energy, it will erupt into the sky like a volcano. The advantage is that the range is relatively large and the damage is high. But the shortcomings are also very obvious. It takes a certain amount of time to accumulate power and requires a long forward swing. If you use this skill to attack players, few players will be hit stupidly. However, this skill is used to fight dungeons, and it is very popular among mages when fighting boss that cannot avoid skills. The brave man is fearless. You learn a 3-stage slash and an earth-shattering slash. Lu Kang commanded. Ah, how to learn? Lu Kang covered his forehead. This brave man is fearless. Is this a novice? Don't even know how to learn skills. Lu Kang clicked on the basic information interface. Check the time. Lu Kang recalled the time when other guilds first cleared the dungeon in his previous life, and he probably had a prediction in his mind. There is still enough time before other guilds get the first kill. The contact with the brave warriors in the previous life was already in the middle to late stage. Although I have heard about the early performance of Dauntless, I have never seen it with my own eyes. This is your first time playing this game, right? Do you know the effect of your talent? When asked by Lu Kang, Yangzi Wuwei scratched his head in embarrassment. Have no idea. Hearing the brave man's fearless answer, Bai Lu was a little stunned and showed a horrified expression. Is this person an idiot? Idiot, right? The brave man is fearless. You can click on your status interface. There will be an introduction to your talents. Ahem, boss, how do you open the status interface? Have to. It is really a new game that is rarer than the giant panda. You swipe your right hand and you can view it in the status bar and character information. Or you can directly call by voice to check personal information, and you can also see it. The skill tree is also in the status bar. Brother, do we really want to take this game idiot with us to download the dungeon? Bai Lu looked at the brave and then at Lu Kang. This is a real idiot. It doesn't matter who hasn't come from the new stage. Lu Kang pointed to his ear. Also, switch the chat mode to team voice so that everyone else around you can hear it. Bai Lu pointed at the brave warriors and said with doubt on his face, Brother, aren't we going to get the first kill? Are we really going to lead an idiot to get the first kill? Bai Lu changed the chat mode to team chat. No matter how loud they speak, others can no longer hear their communications. Originally, Bai Lu had already believed in Lu Kang, believing that Lu Kang could lead them to the first kill. After all, his brother was so powerful. However, now Lu Kang must take this idiot with him. Even though he has an S-level talent, he is indeed a genuine idiot. Idiot, idiot, idiot. Bai Lu didn't know how many times he repeated the word idiot in his heart. When Bai Lu asked this question, Lu Kang just smiled lightly and said casually, It doesn't matter, the first kill must be ours. Oh, I found it. Adjust it to the team voice here, right? The brave didn't know what he was adjusting, but he did adjust the chat mode to the team chat. Moreover, he also found his information column. What the hell, am I actually an S-level talent? Hearing this sentence, Bai Lu couldn't help but said, the talent level should be seen when creating the character. Why do you only know it now? I thought the novice guide was too long-winded, so I kept skipping it. I only remembered that I took the sword, and then I skipped all other prompts and came to this city. Bai Lu didn't know how to respond. How could this idiot newbie be so skilled at skipping instructions? Boss, I have learned the skills. Well, you can use the newly learned skills on your own to find out how they feel. We will enter the dungeon in a minute. Okay. Bai Lu was obviously a little anxious, brother, but they have already entered the dungeon. Do we still have to wait for him to become familiar with the skills? Both Yin Yuan and Xingmen have entered the dungeon. Not only are the others in the team larger than themselves, but they are also professional veteran players. Now, even in time, he is ahead of himself. There's no rush, it's important to familiarize yourself with the skills, give them a minute. At the same time, Liu Kang learned 3 skills in the skill tree. One is the mage's Fireball, the other is the fighter's Air Tread, and the third is the shield guard's Ruthless Taunt. Liu Kang sat on the stone in front of the dungeon door, watching the brave man test his skills fearlessly. Did you just hear that? That team is competing with the Grand Guild for the first kill. Damn, when that beautiful girl named Bai Lu was snatched away by the guild, I really believed her. But in the end, there was an idiot in their team who couldn't learn any skills. Damn, if a team like this can get the first kill, wouldn't it be an insult to their IQ? I think that guy named Kang Chong is just bragging. Damn it, if I can get the first kill, I will stand on my head and have diarrhea. Damn it, isn't this just selling my sister? Damn it, this brother is really born. Actually, the guy named Kang Chong should have pretty good skills. I just saw him on the community forum, but bringing an idiot with him, well, let's forget it. It seems like there are only 3 people in their team, right? There are no other level 5 players around here. Do they want 3 people to take over? Nah, there are only 5 people in other guilds, and they have all entered the dungeon. The 3 of them are still behind the schedule. How about a tick? Bai Lu was standing aside, hearing the discussion around him, his face turned red, almost to the base of his ears. Moreover, Bai Lu couldn't help but start thinking wildly in his heart. He couldn't really be betrayed by his brother, right? After all, how do you get the first kill with this configuration? Thinking of this, Bai Lu's body couldn't help but tremble a little, and even his hands trembled slightly. But suddenly, Liu Kang held Bai Lu's hand. Ignore them, trust your brother. The brave and the fearless finally tried the enhanced, free stage slash after the talent. Enter the copy. Enter the Ash Forest and choose the highest difficulty, Nightmare difficulty. Provoke him, his guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head. Published by Wuxia Spot. As soon as he entered the Ash Forest, he saw blood-red eyes lighting up in all directions. Open black lens bracket Dark Night Cat Demon close black lens bracket. Level 5. Health value 900. Nightmare bonus. Gain an additional 500% experience after killing monsters. Nightmare bonus. This monster has received additional attribute improvements. In the Nightmare copy, any mob has 900 health points, and the number is terrifying. Seeing so many monsters, Bai Lu couldn't help but become nervous. He only has the initial piece of black iron quality equipment on his body, and there is no other equipment at all. If it were me before, I would never challenge a Nightmare copy at this time. White deer, Earthfire is charging up. Learn. The brave man is fearless, follow me. Aha. Liu Kang flashed an arc of light and circled a tree like a spiral, directly cutting down 7 or 8 night cat demons. Immediately afterwards, Liu Kang received another air step. Air step, aerial skill, instantly step on a target below, causing a low strength damage, and obtaining a short-term, slow-falling effect. If the hit is a creature, 50% of the cooldown time of air step will be returned. 3 seconds close black lens bracket. Liu Kang stepped on the head of a night cat demon, jumped up high again, and roared to the sky, come and catch me. You short, ugly, stupid cats. Ruthless ridicule. The cat demon attracted the entire forest in an instant. The cat demons who were originally focused on White Deer and the Brave Warrior were all instantly attracted to Liu Kang. Ruthless taunting can be divided into silent taunting and vocal taunting. When the user yells and taunts, hatred will be given to all targets who hear the taunt. And for different monsters, cursing in different ways has different effects. Liu Kang's sarcasm could be said to have directly struck the Dark Night Cat Demon as heart. It is tantamount to scolding people and parents in the Dragon Kingdom. GGGG. One after another, the cat demon jumped from the tree trunks and chased in the direction of Liu Kang. The brave and fearless man was stunned on the spot, not daring to move. The brave man is fearless, come here. But there are too many monsters. I won't go looking for you. I'll just use the 5-stage slash to follow me. When the brave man heard what Liu Kang said, he gritted his teeth and then held the giant sword behind him with his right hand. 3 stages of slash, U003E powerful 5 stages of slash. The brave man fearlessly drew his sword, and then struck out with a single blow. Wow. The brave man rushed 10 meters away in an instant. Ultra Limited Warrior, S. This talent allows all warrior skills of the brave to evolve. Boom. The air wave of the first slash exploded, instantly shaking away the night cat monsters on the left and right. Minus 590. Minus 520. Minus 691. Minus 515. Powerful 5-stage slash. After a short period of charging, perform a quick displacement slash. The maximum charging time is 2 seconds. The displacement distance is extended from 2 meters to 10 meters, causing damage 1 to 6 times the strength value. It can be used 5 times. After use, enter 10 seconds cooldown. The innate effect of the Ultra Limited Warrior happens to be that it can have the maximum effect immediately without any need to accumulate energy. Bai Lu was also a little stunned when he saw this blow coming out. The S-level talent is indeed very strong, even if used by an idiot. Cut out the second section. Another airwave passed by. Brave and fearless actually caught up with Liu Kang. Liu Kang had never come down in midair. With the arc flash and air stepping, it was like flying in the sky. The cat demon was attracted more and more to Liu Kang. More than 70 cat monsters have been pulled by Liu Kang, half a copy and full of monsters. With Liu Kang's current level 5 blood volume of 225 points, he couldn't withstand 2 attacks from the monsters in the Nightmare copy. The brave man is fearless and will tear the ground apart. Hearing Liu Kang's instructions. The brave man is fearless and doesn't think too much. He just listens to the boss's orders. Liu Kang jumped down in the direction of the brave man, and the cat demons in all directions also fell with Liu Kang. Everyone is surrounding them in the direction of the brave one. In midair, these cat monsters seem to wrap up the brave warrior into a ball. The brave man is fearless. After finishing the second section of slashing, he immediately raises the heavy sword to the sky. Then he swung down hard. Ground shattering slash, greater than ground shattering slash. Boom. With a sword strike, shock waves erupted. Minus 1529. Minus 1523. Minus 1522. Minus 1525. Minus 1527. The cat monsters flying from all directions were all killed by this sword. Earth-shattering slash, combat skill, after 1 to 3 seconds of charging, swing the sword, causing 3 to 15 times the strength damage within a radius of 10 meters, and knocking up all enemies within the range. Cooling time, 7 seconds, mana consumption, none. This kind of charging skill does extremely high damage. After all, 3 seconds of charging is equivalent to 3 seconds of no output. You know, the giant sword's A level is 1.5 times the strength value. If A is used 3 times in 3 seconds, the A level alone is 4.5 times the strength value. And with this skill, you have to stand still, like a living target. If the benefits obtained by accumulating energy in this way are not high, then this skill can be deleted. Of course, charging battles are not without explanation. In the later stage, there are also skills such as mobile charging, early charging, etc., which can offset the negative effects of charging. Of course, none of these are as useful as the dauntless, ultra-limited warrior, which can be used without charging at all. The brave man is fearless, and he is also the strongest charge-style warrior in the future. In the later battles, each of his blows is an instantaneous charge-up combat skill lasting more than 10 to 30 seconds. Liu Kang had already planned this sword move. All the cat monsters had just been attracted by Liu Kang, and the timing of this attack was just right to clear out all the cat monsters in the forest. You have obtained enough experience points. Level increased to 6. You have obtained enough experience points. Level increased to 7. After killing more than 70 cat monsters in one go, and with the additional bonus of experience points for killing monsters in the nightmare copy, the level was directly raised to level 7. Boss, I did it. It's too early to get excited. In the surrounding forest, blood-red eyes appeared again. One after another, the cat demons appeared in the trees again without anyone noticing, with their sharp claws inserted into the trunk of the tree, staring at themselves on the trunk. Prey. The second wave is coming. Although this copy has been studied in the first and second areas, in fact, in the third area, these copies that appeared in the first and second areas will replace certain mechanisms. For example, in the first area, there was only one wave of cat demons in the ash forest. After killing all the cat monsters, the cat monster king will appear. Kill the cat monster king to clear the level. In the third area, there will be 3 waves of cat monsters in the ash forest, and each wave will be more numerous than the last. Liu Kang knew this mechanism. But the Yin Yuan Guild and the Stargate Guild didn't know that District 3 had just opened the server, and it was their first time playing this dungeon. They didn't know that the mechanism of the dungeon had been replaced, and according to their preview playstyle, they should attract all the cat monsters to clear them. Or just kill one on sight. The efficiency of a wave of clearing is high, but the current AoE damage of Stargate Guild is not as strong as that of White Deer. If Beilu's spellcasting style is a charge burst, then Xingqi's spellcasting style is multi-stage fast-moving spellcasting. In terms of AoE's lethality, it is definitely not as good as White Deer. If they want to clear one wave, they will find that after the clearing, there will be a new wave, and it will take more time to recruit monsters again and prepare to release AoE skills. As for the Yin Yuan Guild, if you use the assassin talent to fight the dungeon, it will be faster to kill the boss, but just clear the mobs. At this time, the second wave of cat demons has spawned. Boss, the second wave is coming. What should we do? The brave man was Wu Wei and Liu Kang were back to back. He did not expect that after killing one wave, there would be a second wave. Bai Lu was a little anxious when he was charging up in the distance. Why hadn't Liu Kang given the order to release it yet? Now the charge had reached the 10-second limit. 30 times the range and power. Bai Lu was still at the entrance of the dungeon. There were not many trees nearby, but Liu Kang and the others were in the center of the woods. It is also surrounded by cat demons. The targets of all the cat demons are Liu Kang and the brave warrior. Finally, these cat demons couldn't hold it any longer and flew towards Liu Kang. And that was when the cat demon rushed towards Liu Kang again. Liu Kang gave the order. Put. Bai Lu waved the staff in front of him. The ground turned red instantly. After a brief second, boom. Red lava rises. Minus 2120. Minus 2104. Minus 2012. Minus 2125. Minus 2021. Minus 2103. Earth fire breaks out, 30 times the damage and range, almost covering the entire copy. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. After Beilu's skill is released, all the cat demons are covered and killed in an instant. Even the cat demon that was born later was melted by this blow. You have obtained enough experience points, level increased to 8. After this wave of cat demons was cleared, the levels of Liu Kang and others were also raised to level 8, even from. Charge a fireball and find an opportunity to release it. After the CD of the earth fire is good, charge the earth fire instead. Liu Kang issued the command order. Bai Lu immediately charged up the fireball technique on the spot. Ugly dwarf cat demon, look at me. Liu Kang mocked again, and the newly spawned cat demons looked at Liu Kang again. The reason Liu Kang waited for the second wave just now was because he was waiting for the cooldown time of the taunt. In order to prevent the third wave of monsters from spawning, the white deer has no skills, resulting in a gap in hatred. In just 2 or 3 seconds, if the cat demon attacks the brave warrior, it can kill him directly. After all, the aftermath of Bai Lu's ground fire didn't completely kill all the cat demons in the third wave. The cooldown of earth fire is up to 30 seconds. Although it is a powerful skill, the cooldown time is also a bit ridiculously long. At least at level 5, the 30-second cooldown is too long. If you learn the skill without matching it with other small skills, it will be equivalent to a 30-second vacuum period after the skill is released. Moreover, White Deer does not have any cooldown reduction attributes. The brave one seemed to have found the feeling of fighting. Although he was still afraid, he also began to actively join the battle. After confirming that these cat demons would not attack him, the brave man Wu Wei began to help Liu Kang clean up the nearby soldiers. The powerful 5-stage slash was executed continuously. Horizontal chop, vertical chop, diagonal chop, vertical chop. Minus 790. Minus 720. Minus 791. Minus 715. Sliding and slashing with airwaves all the way, he is very handsome, but he accidentally does too much damage and fails to kill the enemy, but instead attracts hatred. This caused the cat demon to turn around and start chasing the brave warrior. When he saw several cat demons turning around to chase him, the brave man was so frightened that he started to run away again. Boom. However, a fireball flew out. Behind the brave man, a spherical flame exploded instantly. Those cat demons with remaining health were instantly killed by this blow. After one blow, Bai Lu chanted a new fireball technique again. He said helplessly, those cat demons only have a trace of blood left. If you turn around and give them a knife, won't they be dead in seconds? But they came after me like this. So go back and give them a knife. What if they attack me? You have 1,500 blood and you won't die if you are touched. How do you know I have 1,500 blood? It's written on your health bar. After reaching level 7, the blood volume of the Dauntless Warrior has also been increased to 1,500, which can be regarded as a batch of meat. At least compared to Liu Kang, who only had 300 health at level 7, he had a lot of meat. Fearless, wait at the place I marked. Liu Kang was too lazy to pay attention to the quarrel between the two people. He pointed his finger and an arrow mark appeared on the ground of the copy. This is a universal command method. The brave and the brave are just new, but not stupid. As soon as you see the mark, run towards it. And Liu Kang also pulled a circle of cat demons, taking all the cat demons' hatred onto himself, and brought them all together by moving around. However, Liu Kang did not immediately run to the vicinity of the brave and fearless to clear out the monsters. The 30 seconds haven't passed yet. Beilu's skills are not as good as CD yet, so Liu Kang plans to wait for a while. After slipping away for about 10 seconds, Liu Kang made a sharp turn and ran towards the brave and fearless side. This move undoubtedly made the other two people in the team sweat. There are hundreds of cat monsters, and Liu Kang will be severely disabled if he is jumped on. That is to say, Liu Kangji is so brave and dares to operate. If it were any other player, they would probably be dead. Professional players also dare not say that they can sneak so many cat monsters at the same time. Liu Kang Law's monster is not simply running in front. Instead, he jumped on the trees, stepped on the heads of those monsters, and walked through the gaps and gaps between monsters one after another. There is no way to move casually in midair. If you are touched, you will be knocked to the ground. The end result is that you will be killed one by hundreds of cat monsters. Crack the ground and clear this wave. Liu Kang landed, and the hundreds of cat demons that followed Liu Kang also swooped in after him. The brave man's scalp was numb, but he still swung the sword immediately. Minus 1,529. Minus 1,523. Minus 1,522. Minus 1,525. Minus 1,527. Boom. The giant sword struck down and a shockwave erupted. All the cat monsters were killed in one blow. You have obtained enough experience points. Level increased to 9. After the third wave of cat demons were shocked to death, the experience points were finally full and the level was successfully raised to level 9. It was at this time that the cat demon king finally appeared on a certain tree. Also appearing along with it was Night Cat Fairy Elite Guard. Open black lens bracket Dark Knight Cat Demon King close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket level 10 close black lens bracket. HP 12,000. Skills: flying, grabbing, biting, fast running, claw flash. Description: a cat demon with tenacious vitality, moves extremely quickly and does extremely high damage. Be careful not to be caught by it. Close black lens bracket. Finally it showed up. Lulu, set the ground on fire. Boom. The ground fire broke out instantly. Minus 2,120. Minus 2,104. Minus 2012. Minus 2,125. Minus 2021. Minus 2,103. Most of the copy was swept away in an instant. The Night Cat Demon King is bathed in flames and roars. In the midst of the fierce flames, Liu Kang took off directly into the air with a flash of arc light and stepped into the air, arriving in front of the Night Cat Demon King. The Eternal Ruler, the ruler of all transformations, target, the brave and the fearless. At this moment, Liu Kang activated his talent and copied all the abilities of the brave warrior. And the plus 30 strength sword in his hand. Universal Control can copy the abilities and equipment of any guild member and can be used for 2 minutes. The cooling time is also 2 minutes. However, the current disadvantage is that after using the 10,000 transformations control, you can no longer use your original skills. After obtaining the ability of brave and fearless, Liu Kang immediately activated 5 stages of powerful slash. It flashed across the air in an instant, cutting horizontally to connect to A, and then immediately turned back 180 degrees, slashing diagonally to connect to A. Minus 1,092. Minus 321. Minus 1,092. Minus 321. Minus 1,092. Minus 321. Vertical chop, diagonal chop, vertical chop. Liu Kang went back and forth through the body of the Cat Demon King, entering 3 times and exiting twice. Minus 1,092. Minus 321. Minus 1,092. Minus 321. The speed was so fast that it could not be seen with the naked eye. In just 1 second, Liu Kang completed all 5 cuts, and each cut was accompanied by a flat A. The parts attacked at the same time are the weakest points of the Cat Demon King. Attacking different parts of the monster will cause different damage effects. This is why each attack has the same attributes but different damage values. And under Liu Kang's control, the damage of each attack was completely maximized. If the brave man obtains this talent, it means that his strength can produce miracles, and his brain can be replaced by numerical values. When Liu Kang got this talent, it was a perfect combination of strength and skill. Boom. After the last paragraph, Liu Kang did not forget to hit the Cat Demon King on the head with a 15x earth-shattering slash. Minus 3,292. In just 1 second, Liu Kang hit more than 9,000 damage output in a row. The damage is maxed out. Ash Forest, Nightmare difficulty. Holy crap, why is there a second wave? I just said the number of monsters in the first wave was wrong. At this time, the members of the Stargate Guild gathered together. With basic attributes, it would be a dream to clear out these monsters. Their main attributes are generally only about 40 points, which is the value of the white equipment that the Stargate Guild has pieced together for them along the way. If they want to get the first kill, they don't have that much time to get equipment. Clearing monsters mainly relies on cooperation to play the mechanism. The fastest way is to double the damage based on the superposition of various mechanisms and buffs. If an S-level talent is used stably, there is no problem in causing damage dozens of times the attribute value. In just 2 minutes, they had cleared the first wave of mobs through Xingqi's talent. But what they didn't expect was that there would be a second wave. Damn, Xingqi, can you still explode? We have to wait for CD, 5 minutes. The tank, Xingqi, in the team felt his scalp numb as he looked at the nearly 100 cat monsters that had been spawned. Xingwei, give me some milk, I'll draw out the hatred first. Xingwei glanced at Xingqi. Okay, don't die. If you die, we will blow up. What the hell, I tried my best. There are so many cat demons, no matter how agile I am, I can't evade them all, let alone. I'm a shield guard. Xingqi raised the streaming staff. If it doesn't work, finish this wave slowly and then see how to deal with it. If there is a third wave, I will leave my explosion directly for the third wave, and then the boss will fight slowly. If there is no third wave, I will just kill the boss. Xingqi nodded. This is the only way, but the rhythm is being dragged down like this. I don't know if it's too late to get the first kill. If there is a third wave of monsters, it will take at least 15 minutes to get the first kill this time. Cold sweat broke out on Xingqi's forehead, and the illusion of the world was also very realistic in terms of physical sensation. It doesn't matter, it's hard for us to fight, and I think other guilds will also have a hard time fighting. Changes in the fantasy world are usually fair. Our dungeon has new mechanisms, and it is probably the same in other areas. Now other guilds are probably just like us, sweating over the new dungeon mechanism. Originally, the Stargate Guild expected to take the first kill in a little over 10 minutes, but now it has to be delayed to 15 minutes. This is undoubtedly a significant decline in expectations. The Stargate Guild's team prepared again and began to face the cat demon's attack. While facing the attack, Xingwei, who was in charge of treatment, did not forget to ask, Axie, what do you think the probability of those 3 people getting the first kill is? Hearing Xingwei's question, Xingqi burst out laughing. Xingwei, don't make me laugh at this critical moment of a team battle, okay? It's so difficult for our Stargate Guild to deal with this dungeon. Those 3 people, how can a team of bastards get the first kill? Xingwei frowned, with some doubts in his expression, but he did not hesitate in his movements. When he saw the Star Stone losing blood, he applied Starlight Healing to the Star Stone. They had rehearsed this scene hundreds of times. Although the attributes are not high, professional operations can make up for this weakness. Could it be that Bai Lu is not the owner of S-level talent at all? That's why he is so casual. With a stroke of Xingzai's right hand, 10 magic circles emerged around Xingqi, and each magic circle automatically released star stream bullets. Boo hoo 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 hoo. The star stream bullets struck quickly, and the colorful star bullets were released like a torrential rain, hitting the cat monsters one after another. It doesn't matter if she does, this bet has no loss for us anyway. Xingwei continued to ask, speaking of which, why didn't you make a contract with them just now? Do I have this time? Every second counts to get the first kill. Besides, we are the winner in this bet, and you still force others to make a contract. Isn't this bullying? What should I do if they break the contract? Breaking a contract means breaking the contract. Do you really expect to kidnap someone else's sister with just a verbal promise? This is enough to be beneficial to our negotiations. This is not a slave sale. If you insist on making others make a contract, the biggest possibility is not that others actually make a contract with you, but that you directly scare them away. Do you understand? He waved his staff and released the star stream bullet, while educating Xingwei in a serious tone. My day, I worked so hard to pull monsters. Where are you chatting? Xingqi saw 2 leisurely legal professions chatting about skills on the side, and he suddenly got angry. No matter how awesome you are, if you don't put in more effort, the first kill will be snatched away by other guilds. Xingqi, you are too nervous. The first kill is not so easy too. Congratulations to players, Sky, Fearless, and White Deer for clearing level 5 Nightmare difficulty dungeon, Ash's Forest. The God Killing Guild has obtained the first kill of the first dungeon of this server. Close black lens bracket. Provoke him? His guild is all God level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wusha Spot. The announcement that suddenly popped up stunned the Stargate Guild members who were attacking the dungeon. Snap. This stupid timing can be said to be just right. It happens to be the most dangerous moment. And it was this one who was not careful. Xingxi, who was the main T, did not dodge the attack and was thrown to the ground by the cat demon. Depend on. Xingwei, support. Xingxi pushed the shield hard, intending to flick the cat demon away, but more cat demons rushed forward. He actually made a mistake at the most critical moment, and it was a major mistake that was directly knocked down. This mistake caused the entire team to become completely chaotic. Besides Xingxi, the warriors who helped Xingxi deal with other cat monsters were also besieged. Some cat demons have already started running towards Xingwei and Xingxi. Even with an S-level talent, Xingxi is still a fragile mage. If he is attacked by these cat monsters, he will most likely end up dying violently. The attributes are too different. Now the battle is purely based on talent strength and operation, and there is no room for error at all. This mistake put the entire team into a huge crisis. Warrior Xingbai forced hatred, and Xingxi put out all his strength, but Xingwei's milk couldn't keep up. Warrior Xingbai's blood bar was like a blood collapse, and there was no milk at all. Soon, he was the first one to be unable to hold on, and died directly. Seeing the sudden death of the soldier, Xingxi, as the damage dealer and commander, no longer persisted, but immediately issued an order, withdraw. Since the first kill has been obtained by someone else, it doesn't mean much whether or not this dungeon is played. Instead of wasting time in this dungeon, it would be better to go out early and level up first. God kills? What guild? I've never heard of a name before. Countless players looked at the announcement that popped up in front of them. What is the situation with this guild called God Killer? Can he actually get the first kill from those 8 major guilds? This one is called Kang Chong. I seem to have seen him in the community just now. He is a master assassin in Funhua City. I saw it on the post. It seems that the Yin Yuan Guild paid a lot of money to hire him. The price was 50 million, plus a monthly salary of 2 million to hire him to teach. What the hell? This treatment is already comparable to that of an S-level talent owner, right? No, it shouldn't be comparable, but it is definitely better than most A-level talents. But I think even if Kang Chong really gets the money, it will only be available for a few months at most. By the time his skills are acquired by the Yin Yuan Guild, after you finish studying, you will probably be kicked out. In other words, this is an ordinary master with no talent? Ordinary masters? Do you know that Kang Chong has been discussed in the community by players who specialize in assassins? Some people compare Kang Chong to Kang Chong, the #1 assassin. Some even think Kang Chong is not weaker than Kang Chong. A fan of Liu Kang felt a little dissatisfied when he saw this comment. Is it an exaggeration? Compared with the first assassin? Do you know how powerful Kang's skills are? In the end, the one named Kang Chong just used an arc-light move. Flash, can this be compared with the #1 assassin? Maybe Kang Chong has mastered the arc flash move after 2 years of training. Others call me Kang Chong, not Kang Chong. I just 2 million won gold coins from 2 major guilds. This is not poor. Speaking of which, isn't it possible that the sky is the sky? This is impossible. Everyone knows that Kang is from the Yin Yuan Guild. This Kang Chong system has just announced that it is a guild that has never been heard of. What is the name of God Killer? If Kang Chong is Kang, it should be Yin Yuan. It's only right that the guild gets the first kill. This analysis is not unreasonable, and before the opening of the server in the 3rd district, Liu Kang's private account also sent an announcement. It is said that they will continue to cooperate with Yin Yuan Guild in the future. Anyone who doesn't know the inside story would not think that Kang Chong is the #1 assassin Kang Chong. However, there are only 3 people in their team. This clearance record is so weird, no matter how you say it, they are not just ordinary masters without talent, right? Ash Forest, clearance time, 2 minutes and 13 seconds. This customs clearance time is so incredible. A player looked at the clearance record, pinched his companion, and asked, what is the fastest clearance time for the Ash Forest dungeon in Area 1? I remember that the fastest time to clear the level was probably 5 minutes. I remember that this record was set later. Level 10 in the Ash Forest was the highest entry level. A guild found some players with level cards and gave them level 10 gold quality equipment. The suit goes to brush a record. Let's put it this way. The clearance speed of this Ash Forest is 2 minutes and 13 seconds, which is a bit abnormal. By the way, I've seen this guy named Bailu in the community. He formed a team with Kang Chong. It seems to have a very strong magic burst. If she is in the team, it wouldn't be surprising. There is also the one named Brave and Fearless. I don't know where he comes from, but 3 people can get the first kill in the hands of the 8 major guilds. No matter how you say it, it is a bit too awesome. After the announcement of the first kill, the players were shocked at first, and then the community was quickly filled with analysis of Sky, White Deer, and Fearless. The God Slaying Guild has also suddenly emerged in the community's player rating rankings and has its own name. Inside the Ash Forest dungeon, Liu Kang landed, and the heavy sword in his hand disappeared. Liu Kang's face was as calm as water, showing no sign of fatigue or panting after performing a series of cool operations. It's like I just did something trivial. Brother, you were so handsome. As the Cat Demon King was killed, the remaining Cat Demon guards also turned into ashes and disappeared. The battle is completely over. Liu Kang has actually been able to use the ability of the Brave and the Brave for a long time, but the problem is that the Brave and the Brave is currently not flexible enough. And there is no taunting skill. If these monsters are not pulled well, Brave and Fearless alone will never be able to deal with so many cat monsters. The White Deer may also be noticed by nearby cat demons and transfer the attack to the White Deer. Therefore, Liu Kang can only maintain his Sanren skill set, deal with the early hatred first, and wait until the boss appears, then use the numerical value and strength of the Brave to kill the boss instantly. Seeing the boss that was constantly smoking and turning into ashes, Bailu couldn't help but burst into tears. Just now I thought I was really going to be sold. Brother, I knew you wouldn't let my dear sister fight. Working for free. Liu Kang chuckled. Okay, let's forget about the sensationalism. Let's see what's in the treasure chest. The death of the Cat Demon King revealed a huge amount of loot. Eternal Ruler, Effect 3. Leave your name. In the name leaving session, after leaving your guild name, you will receive richer rewards than normal. The fewer the number of people, the greater the reward. After getting the first kill of the dungeon, you can leave your guild's name on the record of the dungeon, and the corresponding guild will also receive the corresponding first kill reward. Just after killing the Cat Demon King, Liu Kang took care of the world announcement. After all, Liu Kang had done this kind of thing countless times. These rewards will be included in the treasure chest. At this time, a treasure chest appeared near the body of the Cat Demon King. This treasure box is the loot in the entire copy. Ash Forest Nightmare Treasure Chest. Treasure chest level 10. Contains first kill reward in the whole server. Reward for clearing the Nightmare difficulty copy. The reward level of this treasure chest is S. The reward for an ordinary first kill in the server is roughly equivalent to the A-level reward level. In other words, it means you can get the A-level talent activation code level reward. However, with the addition of Liu Kang's talent, the level of this trophy was raised to S level. As for levels like SS and SSS, hey, you can't get them just by killing them first in a dungeon. The first kill in the dungeon is a reward that will definitely appear in the fantasy world. If Liu Kang doesn't take it, others will get it, and the sulfur monosulfide level reward is at least the level of the whole server. Open the treasure chest. Liu Kang opened the treasure box, and a golden light spurted out from the treasure box. You have obtained drops of lucky crystals, expansion crystals, medium, Nianbo crown, silver, town return scroll X5, large life restoration potion X30, large magic restoration potion X30, gold coin X163. A prop like a drop of lucky crystal dew actually appeared. Drops of lucky crystals. Plus 1 luck value. Using this prop, the maximum luck value can only be increased to 4. Luck is a very rare attribute. Don't look at it, it only adds 1 point of luck, and it can only be used if you have 4 points or less of luck. But as far as Liu Kang knows, the luck value is only 1 to 12 points. 12 points is the upper limit of luck value. Luck that reaches this level means that everything can happen as one wishes, and whatever one wants can come, as if the whole world revolves around one person. A total of 6 pieces of silver quality equipment were revealed from the treasure chest. Compared with the normal dungeon of nightmare difficulty, which has a 15% chance of revealing silver quality equipment, it is indeed much better. Black iron, bronze, silver, gold, platinum. Silver equipment can be said to crush most players during this period. Naturally, Liu Kang would not be stingy about the distribution of equipment. The brave man is fearless. You can use this power increasing headscarf. Lulu, this equipment is good. The boots have mobile chanting entries. I found a treasure. Originally, Liu Kang planned to wait for a while and buy Bailu an equipment with mobile chanting entries. Unexpectedly, it exploded directly. Among them, the strength-enhancing headscarf, belt, and wrist guards all give the brave man fearlessness. White Deer got a crown that adds spirit and boots that have mobile casting entries but no attribute bonuses. If the guild member's equipment is good, it means that Liu Kang's own equipment is good. 10,000 transformations control can be copied together with the equipment. After all, Eternal Ruler, an A-level talent, is already as effective as an S-level talent. As for the agility boots, Liu Kang kept them for himself. The gold coins and the luck-enhancing potion were all directly collected by Liu Kang. White Deer and the brave warrior had no objection to this distribution. In fact, even if Liu Kang blackened all the equipment, they would not have any complaints. Getting this first kill was basically all due to Liu Kang. If it weren't for Liu Kang taking command, pulling monsters, and the final output of instantly killing the boss. Not to mention getting the first kill, just a few seconds after entering the dungeon, you will be killed by a group of cat monsters. Liu Kang didn't hesitate and drank some lucky crystal dew directly. Your luck value has been permanently improved. My current luck value should be 3 points. Liu Kang remembered that in his previous life, his luck value at the beginning was 2. Luck value is a hidden attribute. If you want to know it, you need more complicated methods. However, Liu Kang, who remembers his attributes in previous lives, doesn't need to bother. Bailu, your brother is so powerful. Why is he so powerful? Oh, are you asking now? But this is not a secret. Have you heard of Kang, the #1 assassin in the fantasy world? Hen. Huh? You really don't know? Thanks to the cross-generational popularity of the game Fantasy World, Liu Kang's current fame is comparable to Feike in the still popular game IOI 10 years ago. Even people who don't play this game should have heard rumors about that person. I really don't know. Bailu was speechless. What kind of environment did this person live in? Don't you know this? Liu Kang distributed the scroll of return to the city to the brave and Bailu. It doesn't matter if you know it or not, you can leave the dungeon. Liu Kang has not forgotten that after completing the challenge mission, you can also get exclusive weapons. Liu Kang is thinking about this reward now. It might be a little troublesome to get out later, just don't worry about them and just use the scroll to return to the city. Liu Kang knew very well what kind of treatment he would get if he grabbed the first kill during this period. At least he had experienced it in his last reincarnation. Understood. The three of them left the copy. As expected, the entrance to the dungeon was already crowded with players. Seeing Liu Kang and others coming out, they immediately gathered around. So annoying. These players were like reporters, chirping loudly and asking various questions. Boss of the Sky, how did you get the first kill in the Ash Forest? Why are you so fast? Boss of the Sky, can you reveal what level of talents your teammates have? Ching Chong, are you interested in fighting with me? Our Yue guild offers 200 million yuan in world currency and is willing to acquire your guild and merge it with ours. World currency is the money of this world. The whole world uses the same currency. As for purchasing power, it is 3 yuan for a bottle of Coke, 100,000 yuan as a gift, and about 1 million to buy a house in the suburbs of a first-tier city. This man asked for 200 million. The brave man on the side was turned to stone on the spot. 200 million, 200 million, 200 million. He is so big, let alone 200 million, he has never seen even 20,000. 200 million, how much money is this? The brave man is fearless. Use the scroll to return to the city. Boss, he just said 200 million. Use the scroll to return to the city. Okay. Brave and fearless realized that the 200 million didn't seem to be important to Liu Kang. The boss was worthy of being a boss. It seemed that he was with the right person. Speaking of which, I seem to have heard something about 200 million not long ago. However, due to Liu Kang's instructions at that time, he was focused on reading the player's handbook, and did not notice what others were doing. Aha. With a slight flash of light, the brave and the fearless took out the scroll of return to the city and disappeared in front of many players. White Deer followed suit, using the town return scroll. Liu Kang stayed at the end. He smiled slightly and said to these players, by the way, help me remind Yin Yuan and Stargate Guild that they each owe me 1 million gold coins now. Remember to pay them back early. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. Chapter 11 Exclusive Weapon Dominating the Ranking. The undercurrent, mixed in the crowd, twitched the corner of his mouth. He was sent by the Yin Yuan Guild to guard Kang Chong and negotiate terms with Kang Chong. He was a specialized negotiator. He was the one who poached the Yin Yuan Guild back then. Regarding this negotiation, the undercurrent is full of confidence. As a result, this group of obstructive players blocked the whole place. He didn't even have time to say a word to this person named Kang Chong before Kang Chong left. After returning to the city this time, there is no collision volume. In the eyes of the player, other players are just transparent figures. I can't even see my face or ID. Where can I find someone here? As for whether other guilds can clear the Ash Forest dungeon, no other players care. As long as you can't get the first kill, no one cares about what ranking you get later. Most people only notice number 1. In particular, this first place not only accounts for the first kill. Moreover, the record of customs clearance time was also refreshed. With a clearance time of 2 minutes and 13 seconds, it is estimated that it will not be broken for a long time in the future. This record may even be kept forever. Back in Fanhua City, Bai Lu and Yang Wuwei had already arrived next to the guild administrator and handed over the task. The levels of Liu Kang and others have also reached level 10. After level 10, the ranking function is unlocked. Currently, we can see that there are only 3 people on the level ranking list, Kang Chong, Bai Lu, and Brave and Fearless. The names of 3 level 10 players hung alone on it. Bai Lu looked at the ranking list and was a little excited. This is my first time on the ranking list. She was originally a semi-casual player in District 1. There are so many players in the fantasy world, and the rankings are basically out of her reach. Not to mention big rankings like level rankings, even the casual rankings, she didn't get any ranking at all. As the leader of the guild, Liu Kang can gain some extra experience by killing monsters nearby, which is better than nothing, so his experience is slightly ahead, ranking first. White Deer ranked second because he killed 15 more wild boars than Brave and Fearless. The Brave and the Fearless naturally ranked third. As for the equipment ranking list, Liu Kang and others did not dominate the list. Some talents will be bound to some additional exclusive equipment at the beginning, and the effects of these exclusive equipment are pretty good. So it ranks high on the equipment ranking list. But even so, the 6 pieces of silver equipment that Liu Kang and others just revealed are all within the top 100 of the equipment rankings. In the equipment ranking, you can only see the name and ranking of the equipment, but you cannot see the specific information of the equipment. And as long as the people on the list are willing, they can also hide the equipment name themselves. However, with a few silver equipment, there is no need to hide it. Bailu, you are an old player. You don't need me to teach you when choosing equipment. Bailu can do such basic things himself. The brave man is fearless. You'd better get a piece of clothing that increases strength. It's best for the entry to increase charged attack damage. This is the most suitable for you. Don't choose a special weapon blindly. Ask me for my opinion. Liu Kang delivered the task. You have obtained 3-star skill book, 5,000 guild contribution points. You can currently choose any part of gold quality equipment. This equipment level is level 10. This is the most troublesome part for individual people. In other professions, the main equipment is basically strength, and the extra abundant attributes are a little bit of constitution. If you want the spirit, take the spirit. But Sanren, because they use the skills of all professions, are lacking in all attributes. When it comes to choosing equipment, it's not easy to choose either. But Liu Kang did not hesitate. Among a bunch of equipment to choose from, he chose a gauntlet that adds 220 points of agility. The effect of the equipment is that if 2 consecutive physical attacks hit the same point, it will cause a fatal hit, 3 times the damage. Brother, I took the spirit enhancing robe. The entry is that while chanting, you will gain an uninterrupted concentration and hegemony effect, and you will gain a shield equal to the damage of the chanted skill. Well, that's a good choice. What a mage who sings for a long time fears most is interruption. Interrupting chanting is very simple, just control it casually and interrupt it. Bailu definitely made the right choice when he chose this outfit. As for the brave warriors, they get the calm suit, that increases strength, and when they release charging skills, they gain a shield based on the charging time. It is indeed a perfect match for him. Every time he releases a skill, it is calculated as full charge. You two, both have shield equipment. Liu Kang originally thought that brave warriors would be more unrestrained and take damage. But then Liu Kang thought about it, and it was. This coward, if he had to choose for himself, he would probably take the life-saving equipment first. Next is the choice of martial arts. You have completed the challenge mission. Please choose your exclusive weapon. Exclusive weapons can be cultivated infinitely and grow infinitely. Special martial arts, the equipment that everyone in the fantasy world hopes to obtain. All attributes and entries of weapons are tailor-made for their owners. Players with special weapons are many times more powerful than players without special weapons. However, the conditions for obtaining specialized weapons are extremely difficult, and they are S-level rewards in the fantasy world, so there are very few players with specialized weapons in the entire fantasy world. And now that the server has just opened, there are 3 players with special weapons in my guild. Please select weapon type. There are a wide variety of weapon types: knives, swords, battle axes, law books, life staffs, magic staffs, daggers, sticks, shields. Includes all equipment types in the fantasy world. Choose 1,000 mechanics. Liu Kang glanced at it and chose Sanren's exclusive equipment. 1,000 receivers. Weapon types can be freely changed. Note: after selecting 1,000 receiver, you cannot add a custom entry for this weapon, but you can choose 5 transformable weapon types. Confirm. Please select the type of weapon you need. Dagger. My old profession was an assassin, and daggers were already a must-have item. Shield, spear, flintlock, giant sword. After Liu Kang said his choice, the 1,000 mechanics were generated. 1,000 machine box, no enhancement. Equipment quality, silver, can be upgraded. Equipment level, 10, equal to user level. This equipment is exclusively customized by Kong Chong. Current transformable forms: dagger, spear, shield, flintlock, giant sword. Attribute values: default strength plus 120, agility plus 120, constitution plus 120, spirit plus 120. Attributes will change after form transformation. Current effect: none. The effect changes according to the transformed form. Description: special equipment that can transform into 5 weapon forms. Closed black lens bracket. A weapon box floated above Liu Kang's head. As soon as his mind moved, the projection of 5 weapons appeared next to him. As long as you hold one casually, you can get that weapon. Liu Kang held the dagger, and then flicked it, and the dagger transformed into a war spear. In addition to the projection method, the weapon also supports direct switching. After choosing the weapon, Liu Kang looked at the brave and fearless. Boss, do you think it's better for me to choose a battle axe, a giant hammer, or a giant sword? The brave warrior frowned as he looked at the selection panel in front of him. Liu Kang gave a direct reply. I would rather recommend you to follow the giant sword style. Liu Kang must have a reason for saying this. Oh, okay, then I will choose the giant sword. However, the brave man did not ask for a reason and chose to trust Liu Kang directly. Anyway, what the boss said is definitely right. What the hell? There are so many entries. Boss, I'm dizzy. How do I choose this entry? Choose the entry that replaces the flat A with a charged slash. What the hell? Is there such an entry? The boss is the boss. Awesome. If Liu Kang hadn't said it, the brave and the fearless wouldn't have known about the existence of this entry. After all, there are too many optional entries. Zhuanwu customization lists all the entries that can be selected, allowing players to pick one at will. Finding a suitable one among the entries is like looking for a needle in a haystack. I looked at them one by one, fearing that I might not be able to finish them all at dawn. Difficulty in choosing. Seeing so many choices, I am afraid that the direct person will not feel good. Liu Kang's proposal undoubtedly solves the choice problem of the brave man. After selecting the entry, the brave warrior also received his exclusive weapon. The fearless great sword of the brave, unreinforced. Equipment quality: silver, can be upgraded. Equipment level: 10, equal to user level. This equipment is exclusively customized by the brave and fearless. Attribute: strength plus 360. Secondary attribute: critical hit rate 20%. Effect: charge slash, can be charged for 0.6 seconds, replaces normal attack with charge slash, causing 4x damage of strength value. Description: a charged giant sword that can replace normal attacks. Closed black lens bracket. Seeing the weapons displayed by the brave warriors, Liu Kang was speechless. You, give the equipment a name. Sighing, Liu Kang said, forget it, you can go to the blacksmith to change your name later and spend 1 gold coin. I will give you 10 gold coins later. As for Bailu, he chose Dharma Book as the main weapon type. The difference between Dharma Book, staff, and short staff lies in the difference in casting speed. The Book of Spells is suitable for chanting long-term large magic spells, while the short staff is suitable for rapid multi-stage small spell casting, and the staff is a compromise. As for the entry, Bailu chose spell storage. Spells that have been chanted can be recorded on the page, and can be used immediately without chanting. Number of spells that can be stored: 3. The weapon entries for Zhuanwu are quite abnormal. It is basically impossible to obtain these entries under normal circumstances. At the same time, the attribute value of the special weapon far exceeds the attribute bonus of weapons of the same level and level. Gold quality equipment only adds 220 attribute points, while silver quality special weapons often add 360 attribute points. Boss, what should we do next? Continue to grab the first kill or set records in other dungeons. Fearless is already excited. After getting the new great sword, the brave warrior was eager to try it out, and his great sword actually became the number 1 weapon on the equipment rankings. Following closely is the Dharma Book of White Deer. But in the ranking, Liu Kang's weapon could not be found. Liu Kang had hidden his ranking as soon as he got the weapon. Boss, let's go fight that dungeon in the forest again. I feel that with our current intensity, fighting that dungeon is like chopping vegetables. I'm ready to stay up all night. In less than an hour, he was already hooked on this game and became addicted to the internet. Hearing the brave man's fearless request, Liu Kang just smiled softly and said, haha, I only know how to bully the same copy. I'll take you to something more fun later. You should study your skill book first and learn how to charge up and draw the sword. Then, okay, brave and fearless did not have any doubts at all, and directly took out the 3-star skill book he had just obtained. Skill books without skill names are self-selected skill books, which are extremely rare. Among the optional 3-star skills, the brave one directly chose to charge up and draw the sword. The 3-star skill evolved into a 4-star skill, Raptor draws sword. All skills have corresponding star levels, and skill evolution is to upgrade skills to stars. For example, 1-star, fireball, 2-star might be spreading fireball, fireball explosion, double fireball. Each skill has a different evolutionary direction after being upgraded to a star. This also makes the skills in the fantasy world as open as possible. The branches and leaves are generally scattered, and there are too many types to count. Boss, I've learned it. Liu Kang responded with a slight smile. Okay, then you can explore by yourself for a while. Bai Lu and we need to leave for about an hour. Huh? You don't want to play anymore? No, I'm still playing, but I have to wait for a while. Bai Lu on the side was also a little confused. Brother, what are you doing? Do you want to get something to eat? Just order takeout, and I'm not hungry now. Let's go on to the next book. It felt so good just now. Your sister, I declare that tonight is the night of the fantasy world. Fight all night long. The corners of Liu Kang's mouth moved slightly. As expected of her sister, she is really addicted to the internet. Offline. Brother Tilda. However, in the face of Bai Lu's coquettishness, Liu Kang just kept a calm face. Seeing his brother's expression, Bai Lu immediately became obedient. Okay, log off as soon as you log off. Soon, Liu Kang transferred 10 gold coins to Yangzhou Wuwei, and then left the game with Bai Lu, leaving Yangzhou Wuwei alone in Fenghua City. Damn, just leaving? I don't know what to do. Forget it, leveling is always right. By the way, the boss said, when you don't know what to do, just check the guide. Let me see, the community can be opened here, right? Guide. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. Liu Kang woke up from the game cabin. Come to Bai Lu's room. Bai Lu had also sat up from the game cabin. When he saw Liu Kang enter the room, he said in a worried tone, brother. You're feeling a little weird today. You didn't tell me about the Yin Yuan guild either. It feels like you two have fallen out. Liu Kang nodded and replied, well, break it up, pack it up, and get ready to go out. Bring a few changes of clothes. We need to change places to live for a few days. I'll tell you what happens on the way. Huh? Change place? Where to go? You'll understand once you go. Okay. Since her brother answered like this, she didn't ask any more questions. Bai Lu didn't delay. She quickly packed her clothes according to Liu Kang's request. After Bai Lu walked out of the room, she found that Liu Kang was already waiting at the door with a small suitcase. Elder brother. Let's go. Soon, the two left the villa and came to the garage. Liu Kang did not choose a coquettish Lamborghini, but an inconspicuous Volkswagen. Putting the luggage in the trunk, Liu Kang entered the cab, and his sister got into the co-pilot's seat. The house may be disturbed by other people after a while. I also have a house in the city that no one knows about, and we play games there. Hearing what Liu Kang said, Bai Lu couldn't help but feel worried. Brother, something happened, right? Otherwise, why would you give me the activation code for the S-level talent? You said you had a falling out with Yin Yuan. How much liquidated damages would you have to pay? Also, could this talent be stolen from the Yin Yuan guild? Bai Lu knew the value of S-level talents. There was a price but no market. Maybe it can't be bought for hundreds of millions. If my brother really stole something like this, I'm afraid he would go to jail. Don't worry about your talent. I didn't steal it or rob it. It's an S-level reward I got in the first area. As for the liquidated damages in the contract, you only need to pay 500 million, so you don't have to worry. Bai Lu breathed a sigh of relief when he heard Liu Kang talk about the origin of his talent. With Liu Kang's strength in the first area, he said that Bai Lu still believed him when he got the S-level reward. But when she heard Liu Kang's last words, Bai Lu almost jumped up. Huh? 500 million? Bai Lu is not a little girl without common sense. She still knows the concept of 500 million. Don't be so surprised. Liu Kang stepped on the accelerator, and the car accelerated suddenly and rushed out. The next moment, Liu Kang quickly stepped on the brakes. The car stopped in time. Looking at the pillar less than 10 centimeters away from the car, Bai Lu pressed her heart. Just almost hit the wall. The corner of Liu Kang's mouth twitched. He hadn't driven a car in the past 100 years. In the later period, he was basically flying in the sky, and he almost forgot how to drive a car. Bai Lu was in the passenger seat, pressing her heart. Brother. I don't know how to drive, so let's take a taxi. Liu Kang reversed the car. I just didn't feel it. I started the car again, and this time, it finally worked normally. After leaving the garage, Liu Kang continued the previous topic. What are you making all the fuss about? Your brother just made 200 million. Why does he owe 500 million? Bai Lu beeped softly. The 2 million gold coins haven't been credited yet. They may not give it to me. Hearing Bai Lu's small beep, Liu Kang chuckled and said, I'll give it to you. Besides, there are still 300 million left. Brother, do you think it is that easy to earn 300 million? Liu Kang heard Bai Lu's question and smiled. Lulu, believe it or not, if we don't ask for these 300 million, those guilds will send it themselves, and they are still rushing to give it away. Bai Lu sighed, spread her hands and said, if anyone else said this, I would definitely think he was bragging, but this is what you said, brother, so I can only believe it. Forget it, let's talk to me about the S-level talent activation code. Along the way, the brother and sister talked about a lot of things. When she learned that the Yin Yuan guild planned to harm her brother, Bai Lu slapped her thigh and almost cursed. Liu Kang made up a story to make Bai Lu believe that the activation code was obtained in the first area. In fact, Liu Kang knew a lot of activation codes. However, at this stage, Liu Kang has no one he can trust except his sister. Some old friends from the previous life are currently working for various organizations. Their positions are different and they cannot be entrusted directly. Even though they were friends in the previous life, they still don't know each other in this life. Liu Kang has already experienced the situation where friends in the first life are enemies in the second life, and friends in the second life are enemies in the third life. Enemies may not always be enemies, friends may not always be friends. For example, this is the case with a god named Tixi. He was killed by Tixi in his second life, but his life was saved by her in his third life. Among the activation codes that Liu Kang has mastered, the highest level is the sulfur monosulfide level assassin talent. But the reason why Bai Lu was not allowed to inherit the sulfur monosulfide level assassin talent was because Bai Lu was not suitable for the assassin profession. The best choice is to return this talent to its original owner. And this original owner was also the one Liu Kang planned to recruit into the guild. After about 40 minutes drive, Liu Kang took Bai Lu to an apartment. The apartment was quite spacious and there were 2 game cabins in the apartment. This was originally a nearby house that Liu Kang bought for Bai Lu to go to college in the future. Unexpectedly, it would come in handy at this time. After entering the door, Bai Lu threw away her luggage. I ordered takeout, left the notes at the door, and went online. Tonight is the night of the fantasy world. Hurry up, brother, we are already 40 minutes behind. Others are about to catch up with us. Okay. This sister is really addicted to the internet. As a reborn person, I am not in a hurry to urge you to progress. It's better for you to urge the reborn person to come. After agreeing to Bai Lu, Liu Kang sat in the white game cabin and logged into the game. Buzz. After a set of skillful operations, Liu Kang returned to Fenghua City again. The second player in the level ranking, Sky, is now online. As soon as it went online, a big announcement popped up. Speechless, I forgot to turn off the announcement. Liu Kang turned off the ranking list login announcement to avoid having the entire server know about it when he went online in the future. It's not convenient to do anything sneaky. And just after going online, Liu Kang saw a message. The brave and the fearless, boss, help. There are many people chasing me. Seeing this distress message, Liu Kang immediately replied, location. The brave and the fearless, how do you know the location? Kongchong, just tell me to send the current location. The Brave and the Fearless, West Wind Plains, 714, 2779. Kongchong, okay, we'll be there soon, don't die. The Brave and the Fearless, what will happen if you die? Sky, it would be embarrassing. Provoke him, his guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. After Liu Kang left, Brave and Fearless searched for strategies in the community. There are various ways to play in the fantasy world. And there are really many strategies for the fantasy world. In the community in District 3, there are currently thousands of strategies just for upgrading. So much so that I don't know which guide to start with. After searching over and over again, Brave and Fearless finally found a warrior leveling guide. The fastest leveling route for warriors, keep up with Brother Bao. The products produced by Brother Bao must be high quality products. The Brave one clicked in and took a look, only to see the recommendation prompt, first brush 10 little white rabbits, and then go to the forest to find 2 elite furbolgs. After killing, level up to level 4. After talking a lot about Bala Bala, I finally reached level 10. After level 10, go to the West Wind Plains. The number of monsters there is small, but each one has more experience. It is most suitable for warriors who have less early range damage to level up. Close black lens bracket. After reading this guide, the Brave man first went to change the name of his weapon. Immediately afterwards, they found the route to the West Wind Plain and headed straight for the West Wind Plain. The West Wind Plain is not far away. Follow the navigation route and you will be there in a short while. This place is full of level 10 monsters like the one-horned tiger. The Brave man dared to chop one down directly. Flat A is replaced by charged slash. Minus 5,221. With one strike, he directly dealt 5,000 damage. The fragile level 10 wild monster could not withstand the Brave man's fearless blow and was instantly killed on the spot. So, the Brave man who tasted the sweetness began to brush the jungle with one knife after another. After about half an hour, he finally reached level 11. The Brave and the Brave, who was immersed in the joy of leveling up, did not notice that players were gradually gathering near him. 8 players squatted on the grass nearby, staring at the Brave warrior. A fat man spoke in the team voice. You haven't noticed us yet, Big Eyes. Is he the big fish you were talking about? This ID looks familiar. Is he the member who just got the first kill in the dungeon? The player called Big Eyes put his hands in his pockets and grinned. Hee hee, that's right, it's him. Fatty continued to examine it. For a level 10 monster, he can kill one with one blow. His attributes are pretty good. Next to him, there was a mage in black wearing glasses. Well, his skills are also quite strong. That 5-stage slash is a bit like a powerful 5-stage slash. Have you got the 2-star skill now? But why does his powerful 5-level slashing technique not require any energy storage? Is this person also an S-level talent? No, I also learned how to draw a sword from a raptor. Damn, this is a 4-star skill. Doesn't it require charging to draw a sword from a raptor? Is this guy a monster? Fatty judged. Haha, the 4-star skill book may be the reward obtained from the first kill in the dungeon. 3 people can get the first kill. The probability that he is an S-level talent is not low. I see that he has a lot of good equipment. His clothes are of gold quality, his turban is silver, and his wristbands and belt are all silver. As for that weapon, I've never seen a style like this before. It might be a special weapon. The mage pushed up his glasses. You can't be mistaken, can you? The fat man muttered for a while, and then responded. It is possible that I may have made a mistake, but I am still inseparable. The mage looked at the Big Eyes on the side again. What do you think? How is his skill? He is now at level 10, with good equipment and skills. We are fighting across levels, but we have a numerical advantage here. Big Eye, what do you think the chances of winning are? Big Eyes chuckled. I have been observing here for about 20 minutes. Although he is well equipped, his skills are completely at the level of a cute baby. With our operation, we can play with him as long as we don't make mistakes. Quote. And, I know this big fish is difficult to catch, so I also called in a foreign aid. His big eyes looked at a cool beauty with a hot figure among the team. The beauty didn't speak, exuding an aura that kept strangers away. Seeing this person, the mage nodded. Well, that is indeed a good opportunity. If you kill the S-level talent owner, you can use your record to join the Zero Destruction Guild. Let's get started. The old rules are that if the equipment is exposed, sell it directly for money, and the money will be divided according to the agreement. After saying this, his name turned into a red name, Demon Hunting. The staff drew a circle, and a red magic circle condensed, and then a fireball flew towards the Brave warrior. Boom. The fireball exploded on the Brave warrior. Minus 42. The fearless blood bar moved a little. Seeing the damage, the demon hunter's pupils shrank slightly. How strong is his physique, that this fireball only did so much damage? In front of the fearless Brave, a prompt also popped up. You have been maliciously attacked by a player. You can fight back against this player and the players in his team. Under attack. And then, behind the Brave warrior, a big-eyed assassin as short as a dwarf took out a pair of daggers and came behind him. Powerful 5-stage slash. Call. A strong wind blew. The Brave man jumped 10 meters away in an instant. The assassin named Dupoyan, behind him also disappeared. Dupoyan, who was invisible not far away, was a little stunned. He didn't expect that this Brave man with such powerful values would use the 5-stage slash to escape instead of counterattacking him. So much so that the false phantom he used to feign an attack had no effect at all. And when he looked again, the Brave man Wu Wei had actually executed the famous 5-stage slash and ran directly 50 meters away. The circle of 8 people surrounding the Brave and fearless man was also empty. Grass? What are you running for? You have such good equipment and skills, and you actually just run away? Almost at the same time, a world announcement popped up in the lower right corner. The second player in the level ranking. The sky is online. Big Eye, what should I do? Xianchong is online. Is he bringing in reinforcements? This Brave man is fearless, but Kang Chong is not new. In just 1 hour, Kang Chong has become a mysterious master recognized in the fantasy world. Currently, in the rankings passed down by players, he has become a professional player at the lowest T3 level, with an unknown upper limit. However, just when these people were debating whether to chase or leave, a dark shadow in the team rushed out and chased the Brave man without caring about what the other 7 people decided. Her speed was so fast that the other 7 players were stunned. But soon, Big Eyes recovered from his daze. What should we do? Chase him, kill him before Kang Chong comes. After the decision was made, a player named Bu Feng followed closely behind, creating a wave of romance. Follow me. Players behind him enjoy a movement speed bonus. While bravely escaping, he also initiated a voice call with Liu Kang. Kang Chong, who is chasing you? Liu Kang stepped onto the teleportation array and arrived at the outskirts with a slight flash of light. He took out the chocobo horn he just bought from the mount shop. Summoning a chocobo, Liu Kang immediately got on the bird and rushed towards the West Wind Plains, with the white deer sitting behind Liu Kang. The Brave and the fearless, I don't know, I didn't look at it and just ran away. When Liu Kang heard this answer, the corners of his mouth moved. In the previous life, this brave and fearless player was at the forefront of the human race. No matter how powerful the enemy was, he was not timid. I really didn't expect that he was so cowardly in the early stage. Kang Chong, look back. The brave and the fearless, you won't be caught up, right? Ching Chong, if I catch up with you, I'll fight him. With your current attributes, if you stand still and fight them, they will probably have to fight for a while. The brave man was relieved to be comforted by Liu Kang. So I looked back. But when he turned around, he saw a sharp blade stabbing towards his face. What the hell? The brave man's fearless pupils shrank, and his body moved subconsciously. 5 powerful cuts. Wah 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 wah. The 5th section of displacement once again jumped out to 50 meters. The brave one looked back again, and this time he saw clearly the name of the player chasing him, Leng Qingying. The brave and the fearless, boss. It's a person named Leng Qingying. Besides her, there are 7 other people. I can't see their names clearly because they're too far away. Do I still want to fight? When Liu Kang heard the name, he smiled helplessly. Kong Chong, forget it, stop fighting, let's run faster. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. Leng Qingying, an assassin, is one of the natural S-level talent holders this time. At the same time, she is also the second assassin in the assassin ranking. However, unlike Liu Kang, she did not join any guild club to play in any professional competition. Instead, as an independent person, you make money by collecting bounties. As the saying goes, where there are people, there are rivers and lakes, and the same is true in the fantasy world, where there are grievances and resentments among players. If there is a grudge, there will be a reward. Leng Qingying, on the other hand, specialized in making a living by taking other people's bounty orders to make money. Occasionally, she would be commissioned by a large guild to assassinate other people's S-level talented players, and she would receive a large bounty. But what's special is that she doesn't have any activation code, and she has ordinary B-level talents in the first and second areas. It is entirely due to his excellent skills that he ranks as the second assassin. When she came to the third area, she also started with a random talent, but she was lucky and randomly got an S-level talent. If in future generations, the brave man Wu Wei would probably be able to fight against Leng Qingying. If Leng Qingying makes a sneak attack first, the brave man is Wu Wei-san. If the brave man is fearless and Leng Qingying duels openly, it will be Leng Qingying-san. But at this stage, there are only 10 and 10 openings. Brave and fearless is 0. Although the brave man was running, the people behind him were chasing him more and more closely. His movement speed isn't that great. After all, the powerful 5-stage slash still has a cooling time, so it can't be used all the time. And those players with movement speed bonus are quickly getting closer and closer. The brave one was overtaken twice in a row, but both times relied on the raptor draw slash and the earth-shattering slash to force Leng Qingying back. With the attributes of the brave and fearless, no matter how powerful Leng Qingying was, she would not be able to take over his skills by force. What makes Yangzi Wu Wei helpless is that this skill can only force her to retreat. Leng Qingying's reaction was very sharp, even though the brave man's fearless charge did not move forward at all. She can also tell the opponent's thoughts from the Dauntless's starting movements, so that as long as the Dauntless uses her skills, she will do an elegant backflip and jump out of the attack range. The brave man's fearless skills can only come to nothing in the end. The brave one knows very well that the technology of Leng Qingying is far superior to his own. Not long after, the other 7 people also chased after him. Boss, I can't hold on any longer. The brave man entered the sharpshooter's attack range and fired a series of bullets from the revolver in the distance. Bang 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 bang. And that's just this moment. 5 sections of howling wind passed by. This is the powerful 5-stage slashing style. A figure running at extremely fast speed passed by the brave warrior. Silver light flashed in his hand, and he took action at an extremely fast speed. Ding 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 ding. Only a few soft sounds were heard, and the bullet was split into 2 by Liu Kang with a dagger, and fell to the ground. During this process, Liu Kang's running did not slow down at all. Killing bullets and running at full speed are completely simultaneous, and the speed is so fast that it is impossible to see clearly. Immediately afterwards, an arc of light flashed past. S-shaped arc. There was no stagnation at all as it flowed through the body of the pursuer who was pursuing the brave hero fearlessly. The 4 players who were chasing the brave and fearless were instantly killed by Liu Kang. The Dupoyan and demon hunting, who were further away, swallowed their saliva. The talent of Duopoyan lies in his eyes. Possess extremely strong dynamic vision. Others couldn't see Liu Kang's movements clearly, but he could see them clearly. After seeing the action clearly, his first words to the demon hunter were, "Run." How could there be such a player? He can also chop bullets while running wildly, and the speed of bullets of a sharpshooter is not inferior to bullets in the real world. Although the bullet has a collision volume, if it hits, it can be chopped off without any damage, neutralizing the attack. But the question is, which normal person can see clearly the speed of a bullet? Not to mention using a short weapon like a dagger. Furthermore, the arc flash can only draw an arc, but can he draw an S-shape? During the arc flash process, he could actually connect with normal attacks? Can humans perform these operations? In just 1 second of fighting, the one named Kang Chong continuously demonstrated at least 3 top-notch operations that ordinary people could not complete. Monster. This man is a monster. Dupoyan was completely shocked by Kang Chong's operation. How could he be a T3 professional master? Even if Kang came, he couldn't beat him, right? And just when he wanted to turn around and run away, the earth became extremely bright, and scorching flames gradually enveloped the surface. Dupo's pupils shrank. How could he not be familiar with this move? This is the mage's earth fire impact. But within this range, it's too late to escape. Liu Kang did not pursue Dupoyan, but said calmly to the frightened man, "By the way, help me urge Yin Yuan Guild and Xingmen Guild, and remember to pay back the money." Boom. The next second, the ground fire rose. -8021. -8011. 2 outrageous bursts of damage. Directly turning Dupoyan and Demon Hunter, who only had about 500 health, into charcoal. In just 1 second, only Leng Qingying was left on the field. The situation of the scene was reversed in an instant. Leng Qingying glanced around, sighed, raised her hands and said, "I admit defeat, can you let me go? If you choose to exit the game in the city, you can log out instantly. But going offline in the wild requires 10 seconds of preparation time, and there is a very conspicuous light flash. It is impossible to escape directly by going offline." Leng Qingying didn't want to be killed. The number of deaths would be permanently recorded in the character file. For an assassin like her who accepted the bounty, her record was not good. Moreover, if you die, you will lose 10% of the experience value of the current experience bar, and there is a low probability of dropping equipment. Leng Qingying has a very clear understanding of the situation, and the skill of Kang Chong is very high. Now 1 on 3, I should not be able to beat them. Yangzi Wu Wei was not happy with her begging for mercy. "You were chasing me so hard just now, and now you want me to let you go just by admitting defeat? Otherwise, if you stab me, I will let you go if you survive." Leng Qingying said, "I owe you a favor, and I can return a favor to you." The brave man wanted to hold him accountable, but Liu Kang, who was on the side, replied, "Okay. My guild is short of people. If you join, the matter will be settled this time." Leng Qingying frowned and said, "I am a solo player and I don't like the constraints of a guild. Let me tell you first, I am not short of money, so don't give me a price." The brave one was not happy. "What is your status now, and you are bargaining with us?" As he said that, the brave one raised his giant sword. As for the fearless threat of the brave, Leng Qingying simply regarded it as nothing. He said to Liu Kang, "If you insist on me joining, give me a reason to join." Although Leng Qingying doesn't make as much money as professional players from playing games, accepting advertisements, and selling deals, as the second assassin in the fantasy world, she also earns a lot of money from taking bounties. There are some expensive bounties, and you can get 1,000 gold coins for killing a player. After conversion, it's 100,000 yuan. When she was in District 1 and District 2, many guilds invited her to join. But she refused. Those big guilds, if you join them, you have to follow their arrangements. Leng Qingying hates this feeling. Liu Kang naturally knew Leng Qingying's needs and said with a smile, "Our guild is very free. We won't care about you whatever you want. And I know how to get the assassin's exclusive weapon. White deer, you are brave and fearless, show me your weapons." Liu Kang was not worried that Leng Qingying would leak the secret. First of all, the characteristics of Zhuanwu are very obvious. Everyone's Zhuanwu has a unique shape in the fantasy world. Just like that fat man, you can tell at a glance that the giant sword of the brave warrior is a special weapon. The news that all members of the God Kill Guild specialize in martial arts cannot be hidden at all. Secondly, during Liu Kang's second life, he and Leng Qingying spent nearly 2 years together in a dark and desperate situation. Liu Kang thought that he knew Leng Qingying relatively well, and she was not the kind of person who leaked secrets. After receiving Liu Kang's order, Bai Lu and Yang Ji Wu Wei displayed their weapon information. However, not much information is displayed, only the self-colored weapon name is displayed, which is the unique name mark of the weapon. Leng Qingying saw the Holy Record and God-killing great sword displayed by Bai Lu and brave warriors. His expression couldn't help but change slightly. 2 specialized weapons. If you include the sky, there are 3. There is a high probability that this person is not lying to himself. He really has the means to acquire martial arts. Zhuanwu is the weapon that Leng Qingying has always wanted to get. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. News of the battle on the West Wind Plains quickly spread throughout the fantasy world. The culprit among them is Solitary Eye. The fight just now cost him a bronze-quality weapon, which made him feel so painful that his teeth were shattered. But now information about the sky can be sold for a good price. So, he directly sold the video before he was killed for 20,000 yuan. This video, which lasted less than 2 seconds, caused an uproar in the entire fantasy world. One hot discussion after another in the community has been pushed up. The dagger splits the bullet, the S-shaped arc flash connects to the A, and the title of the number 1 assassin changes hands. Close double angle bracket. The shocking composition of the members of the God's Kill Guild has been revealed. There are at least 3 S-level players in the God's Kill Guild. Among them, Kong Chong is actually an S-level talent. Close double angle bracket. Being called for dead again, when will Xingmen and Yin Yuan pay back the money? Close double angle bracket. Yue Hui Guild bids 1 billion to merge with the God Killing Guild. Countless players saw the video in the community and expressed their shock. Most of the players in the third area are veteran players and have a very deep understanding of operations. What the hell, is this operation possible for humans? Those idiot fans of Liu Kang, stop flattering him. What can Kang do with these operations? If he could do it, it would have spread throughout the fantasy world. I can't even split a single bullet with a dagger while standing still. This guy can actually split 6 bullets accurately while moving at extremely high speeds. I announced directly on the spot that this Qian Chong is the number 1 assassin in the fantasy world. What the hell are you talking about? Others' profession is Sanren, not assassin. If they are skilled, they are assassins. Qian Chong is the number 1 operator in the illusion world today. No one should be able to deny it, right? When are these 2 guilds going to pay back the money? A guild that is so big can't even afford 1 million gold coins, right? Damn, I originally wanted to go to their guild, but it looks like they can't even afford the salary. Quote. Indeed, speaking of it, Yue Hui Guild is quite generous. It offered 200 million not long ago, and now it's 1 billion. If it were me, I would sell it directly. But then, another piece of bombshell news was released in the fantasy world. The amazing inside story of Yin Yuan Guild. The number 1 assassin Kang left the Yin Yuan Guild before the server started. Close double angle bracket. The number 1 assassin Kang may face a sky-high 500 million liquidated damages. Close double angle bracket. Looking at the common points between the sky and the sky, they are both. As soon as this news came out, the heads of all the players in the fantasy world exploded. Kang left the Yin Yuan Guild? Combined with the performance of the sky, doesn't this properly declare that the sky is the sky? Internal news, I heard that the Yin Yuan Guild has sent people to look for Liu Kang. I didn't expect that if Kang Chong is Kang, then wouldn't it be Kang who founded the God Killing Guild? Doesn't this make it clear that he is going to be against the Yin Yuan Guild? West Wind Plains Dungeon, opening up the wilderness. Entry level, 8. Dungeon difficulty, easy, normal, hard, nightmare. Current first kill team, none. Current fastest clearance record, none. Liu Kang and others found a copy nearby. Arriving at the dungeon, Liu Kang said to the brave warrior, the strategies in the community are all for ordinary players and are not suitable for us. Bai Lu nodded and explained, if you want to level up, the fastest way is to level up in the dungeon. Monsters in the wild have too little experience, so only those players who don't have the strength to clear the dungeon will choose to level up in the wild. Like our God-slaying guild, of course it will be faster to just brush the dungeon directly. The brave man nodded his head in understanding. Liu Kang looked at Leng Qingying beside him. What are your plans? If you can't make a decision for the time being, you can also follow us and place a book together. Leng Qingying was slightly silent, but finally joined Liu Kang's team. She has not yet made up her mind about the invitation from the God Slayer Guild, but leveling up is definitely a must. Leng Qingying had no reason to refuse such things as brushing dungeons and leveling up. Leng Qingying joined the team. Bai Lu, are you ready? Bai Lu made an okay gesture, no problem. There are already 3 chanting magics recorded in her holy book. Okay, then it's up to you. After giving the instructions, Liu Kang directly chose the highest nightmare difficulty to enter. The other team members followed the captain's choice and agreed to enter the dungeon. Everyone's eyes went dark, and in a blink of an eye they came to an empty plain. The 4 people in the team stood in the center of the plain, surrounded by white-haired wild wolves from all directions. In the distance, there is a faint light pattern, which is the boundary of the copy. Even for copies of this type, planes, the range is not unlimited. Open black lens bracket wild wind wolf close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket level, 10 close black lens bracket. Health value, 3,500. Skills, dash, bite, pounce. Description. The wind wolves that live in the wilderness are extremely fast and will most likely bleed after being bitten by them. Leng Qingying frowned slightly and took a fighting stance, ready to fight. Facing hundreds of monsters with 3,500 HP at once, it would be difficult for her to handle them no matter how good she was. Not to mention, in the center of the wolf pack, there is a 2-meter-high, Wind Wolf King. Open black lens bracket Wind Wolf King close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket level, 15 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket hydrogen phosphide, 135,000 close black lens bracket. Skills, earth-shattering roar, wind blade roar, wolf call, pounce, wind sprint. Characteristics, bloody fury, the lower the blood volume, the higher the damage and speed, up to 70% damage and 90% speed. Description, the extremely violent Wind Wolf King, the lower the blood volume, the more difficult it is to deal with. Be careful of its outrageous speed, close black lens bracket. A boss with 100,000 HP is very difficult even for S-level talent owners. Compared to Leng Qingying's seriousness, Liu Kang was more casual. With his hands in his pockets, he had no intention of taking the copy seriously. This made Leng Qingying frown. But suddenly, a huge meteorite appeared from the sky. 3-star elemental magic. Meteorite technique. Select a location, summon a meteorite, cause 10x spiritual damage to the target directly hit, and cause impact damage of 1/5 of this damage to a radius of 300 meters, and then within a radius of 100 leave a sea of fire within a meter range, causing 0.5x mental damage every second, lasting 1 minute. The Gale Wolf King is still roaring towards the sky. Open black lens bracket Call of the Wolves close black lens bracket. This is the only thing that the Gale Wolf King will do after entering the dungeon on nightmare difficulty. It will use Call of the Wolves 3 times in a row. Each call will summon 100 wilderness wind wolves. During this process, it is in a hegemonic state and cannot move. And just right. This state has become the target of meteorite technique. Meteors appeared from high in the sky, trailing long tail flames and falling towards the earth. It fell for a full 2 seconds. Boom. It hit the Gale Wolf King's back accurately. A terrifying impact erupted in all directions. Minus 287,422. Minus 52,186. Minus 51,721. Minus 53,953. The Gale Wolf King was directly killed on the spot by White Deer with a damage of up to 250,000. With 30 times the power and 30 times the range, it also wiped out all the mobs in the entire copy. The meteorite technique will take 2 seconds to fall. Under normal circumstances, no one will be hit head-on. The real threat caused by the meteorite technique is most of the time the impact within a radius of 200 meters. Basically no one can escape within the 200-meter range, and the sea of fire that seals the location is also very annoying. It's a pity that the Storm Wolf King in Nightmare difficulty can only call the wolves at the beginning, but cannot hide. Congratulations to players, Kang Chong, Brave and Fearless, White Deer, and Leng Qingying for clearing the level 8 Nightmare difficulty dungeon, opening up the wilderness. Clearance time, 0 hours, 0 minutes and 3 seconds. The God Killing Guild has obtained the first kill of the wilderness dungeon. Close black lens bracket. Provoke him, his guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head. Published by Wuxia Spot. Chapter 16. If you want me to pay back the money, come out. The copy was completed in just 3 seconds. In just 3 seconds, the levels of Liu Kang and Bai Lu were raised to level 12, and the Brave Warrior was raised from level 11 to level 13. Leng Qingying was promoted from level 8 to level 11. After scoring the first kill, Liu Kang didn't waste any time, skillfully opened the treasure chest and began to allocate equipment. The extra rewards for the first kill are very generous, and winning the first kill triggers the name-keeping effect of Liu Kang's talent. Can get additional rewards. Although it is not the first kill in the world, the rewards are also extremely generous due to the name-keeping mechanism. This time, the treasure chest revealed 3 pieces of silver quality equipment, 4 pieces of bronze quality equipment, and 130 gold coins. In addition, there is also a running bird horn, which is a very good mount in the early stage. Among the 3 pieces of silver equipment, there was a dagger that could trigger bleeding effects from critical hits. Leng Qingying stared at that dagger. Even though she didn't say anything, her eyes betrayed her. Liu Kang assigned the spirit increasing ring to White Deer, and the Brave Warriors replaced the level 5 wrist guards with level 10 wrist guards. All the rest of the parts that could be installed were equipped with bronze equipment, which added some physical strength and transformed the body. More fleshy. The attribute values have been improved again. Now the strength value of the Brave Warrior is nearly 2,000 points, and the physical value is also 340. The blood volume reached 5,100. And Bai Lu's mental value also increased to 1120 points. Only Leng Qingying in the team has only 82 agility points at level 11. The best equipment is a level 3 bronze quality dagger. The equipment gap is too big. So much so that when Leng Qingying saw the silver dagger exploded from the copy, she almost reached out her hand. Looking straight at it, his eyes were full of wanting. The Brave Warrior was frightened when he saw Leng Qingying's eyes. I couldn't help but think, why is this woman's eyes so wide? After all the other equipment was distributed, it was finally the turn of ownership of this dagger. Open black lens bracket bleeding silver thorn, silver, close black lens bracket. Equipment level, 10. Agility value plus 90. Secondary attribute, 10% critical hit rate. Effect. After causing a critical hit, an additional bleeding effect will be added, causing a total of damage equal to the main attribute value within 5 seconds. Liu Kang held the dagger in his hand and turned it around twice, and said with a smile, no one in our guild needs a dagger. Let's sell this dagger in the auction house. The gold coins sold are divided equally. Hearing the distribution result, Leng Qingying hesitated to speak, and opened and clenched her palms. This time the copy was hers. According to the unspoken rules in the fantasy world, she has no right to participate in the distribution of this item. Being able to get experience points while lying down is already a good treatment. But even knowing this, Leng Qingying still felt a little humiliated in her heart. She is a powerful second assassin. She usually plays dungeons in the old area, but others pay to invite her to main C. It was her turn to lie down in the dungeon today. Don't you even have the right to distribute items? Etc. I'll buy this dagger. After hearing what Leng Qingying said, Liu Kang looked at Leng Qingying. 1,000 gold coins, fixed price. You, Leng Qingying frowned when she heard Liu Kang's asking price. If you don't want me, I'll put it up at the auction house. Leng Qingying gritted her teeth. Under normal circumstances, a silver quality dagger would definitely sell for less than 1,000 gold coins. In the early stage, most players' transactions were mainly copper coins and silver coins. After all, 1 gold coin is 100 yuan. But, Leng Qingying frowned and said, buy, but I don't have that many gold coins. Can I transfer the world currency directly? Can. Okay, I'll send the money directly to your gaming account. Fantasy World can support game account transfers, and transfers can be withdrawn directly, which is very convenient. Anyway, the same goes for buying gold with world currency. Leng Qingying directly initiated the transfer. A prompt popped up in front of Liu Kang. Your account has been credited, 100,000 magic coins. Magic coins can be withdrawn into world coins in equal amounts at a ratio of 1 to 1, and their only function is this. In the fantasy world, there is no support for recharging to purchase additional props. Everything depends on the player's own ability. After the transaction was completed, Liu Kang said directly to Brave Warriors and Bai Lu, this copy is passed, next one. We are already behind schedule and we are trying to reach level 20 before others reach level 10. Leng Qingying didn't show any expression, but she felt a little uneasy in her heart. Reach level 20 before others reach level 10? Is this human language? Is this also called falling behind schedule? Leng Qingying took a look at the ranking list. These people had already occupied the top 3 positions in the level ranking list. Moreover, it still dominates the rankings in a discontinuous manner. Currently, there are less than 50 players at level 10 on the level rankings. The number of players in the fantasy world accounts for nearly 80% of the world's population, a total of 11 billion. Even if the number of players in the 3 regions just opened, there should be 3 billion. And Kong Chong and the others are the top 3 among the 3 billion. With such a ranking, Kong Chong can actually say that they are behind schedule. Leng Qingying complained in her heart, and Liu Kang turned to look at Leng Qingying and asked, are you coming together? Forming a team will not reduce the experience gained by everyone. If a monster is worth 100 experience, then everyone can get 100. Instead of 4 people each getting 25 points. However, Leng Qingying does not have a guild. If she is a pure guild member with a single person, she will still record it as a guild when leaving records. So with Leng Qingying, there will be no loss. Leng Qingying hesitated for a moment, and finally nodded, yes, together. She really couldn't refuse such an upgrade speed. As a master, Leng Qingying also understood the importance of level leadership. Not sure if it was an illusion, but Leng Qingying had a vague feeling that the sky was playing tricks on her. This feeling was like being trapped in honey and milk, waiting for her to fall. If this continues, it will become the God-killing guild. Leng Qingying shook her head to get rid of the bad thoughts in her mind, thinking, how could she have such thoughts? It must be because she usually sees too many messy things. After getting Leng Qingying's agreement, Liu Kang smiled. Okay, let's go to Shanglin. There are more copies there. In just 1 hour, the God-killing guild completed the first kill of 2 dungeons in a row. Moreover, the latest record is still an abstract 3 seconds. What's even more surprising is that this time there is Leng Qingying's name in the copy. The name Leng Qingying can be said to be well known in the area, as a cold assassin and a beautiful woman. An iceberg keeps strangers away, but it shows no mercy when it comes to killing people. He works for money, never joins any guild, and has always been a loner. Even the S-level talent holders of the Grand Guild have been killed by its blade. And today, even such a strong man has joined the Godslayer Guild. How strong must the Godslayer Guild be now? If the God-killing guild originally had 3 S-levels, plus Leng Qingying, an assassin who can kill S-levels with her skills. Doesn't it mean that the Godslaughter Guild has 4 S-level combat capabilities? What the hell, isn't this too embarrassing? No, Leng Qingying shouldn't be counted. She is at most 0.5 S level. She takes on all assassination missions. In a head-on battle, it is difficult for her to be a match for a true S level talent. Has anyone reached level 10 to unlock the rankings? Where is the God Slayer Guild currently ranked? It is estimated that only the elite teams of the 8 major guilds can reach level 10 now. After completing a level 5 nightmare dungeon, you can indeed reach level 10. What the hell? Look, the God Slayer Guild has made an announcement. In the community, one announcement was the most popular. The God Killing Guild recruits new members, only S level. Yin Yuan and Stargate Guild will pay back the money. The person who posted this post is obviously Kong Chong. Seeing this news, countless players couldn't help but gasp. This is too crazy. Just S level? Even the 8 major guilds dare not say they only want S level. Moreover, isn't this notice a blatant attempt to compete with the 8 major guilds for people? Excluding the activation code, there are only 10 owners of S level talents. If they are all snatched away by the God Slayer Guild, how can they still play tricks? But the problem is that other guilds are not convinced but can only hold back. The God Slaughter Guild has already obtained 2 dungeon records, and both of them are super standard records. First kill and clearance time records are the best publicity for a guild and symbolize the hard power of a guild. Everyone has a shot in mind. When joining a guild, you naturally choose the guild that has the highest benefits for you and the best development prospects. The 2 first kills of God Slayer Guild are undoubtedly adding chips to the balance. The more chips there are, the greater the probability that S-level talent holders will go to God Slayer Guild. Yin Yuan Guild, Guild Base. Yinshin frowned when he saw the news on the community. This was the 3rd time he had been called for debt. The first time was the words Kang Chong shouted after coming out of the copy. The second time was the video circulated by Dupoyan. At the end of the video, there was news about Liu Kang's debt collection. And for the 3rd time, this time, Liu Kang actually issued a demand for new recruits while also not forgetting to collect debts from them. Yin Chen scratched his hair. He suddenly remembered what Liu Kang said to him before leaving, but I think maybe you won't want to see me soon. If this continues, their Yin Yuan Guild will become a dishonest guild that cannot even afford 1 million gold coins. Discussions in the community are now also full of, when will the Yin Yuan Guild pay back the money? Close double angle bracket. News like Yin Yuan Guild is in financial crisis and cannot spend 1 million gold coins to pay the bet. So far, the quality of Yin Yuan Guild's recruitment has not achieved the expected results. The number of A-level and B-level ordinary members is far less than that of several other guilds. Damn, pay back the money, pay back the money. You haven't seen anyone, where can I pay you back? Yinshin is going crazy. Ever since the Ash Forest left, the sky has disappeared. His legend can only be seen on the world's first kill announcement. In the early recruitment stage, reputation is very important, and many newcomers have not joined the guild. This stage is also a good time to absorb new blood. However, now that it has been labeled as a dishonest guild, the public relations officials of other guilds have not forgotten to add insult to injury and stir up trouble. For example, the Yin Yuan Guild is in trouble and is about to be disbanded. Brilliant Guild is recruiting new members, the most faithful guild. Close double angle bracket. Even the talent department has received feedback that some A-level talented players who were originally willing to join have withdrawn their intention. Now the Yin Yuan Guild wants to get rid of this dishonest reputation as soon as possible, but the problem is that the sky can't come out. Yin Chen sent a message to the investigation department. Have you not found Qian Chong yet? Reporting to the president, I haven't seen Kong Chong and the others in the wilderness. They seem to have left. And while Yin Chen was still thinking about the countermeasures against Kang Chong, another world announcement popped up in front of his eyes. Congratulations to players, Kang Chong, Fearless Brave, White Deer, and Leng Qingying for clearing the level 11 Nightmare difficulty dungeon, Grizzly Bear's Lair. Clearance time, 00 hours, 00 minutes and 13 seconds. The God Killing Guild has obtained the first kill of the Grizzly Bear's Lair dungeon. Closed black lens bracket. Seeing this record, the corners of his deep mouth twitched. I'm looking for you all over the street, how about you? But you turn around and get the first kill in the dungeon. And it's another 10-second clearance record? Bear Forest, Grizzly Bear's Den. The Bear Forest is already a level 11 area, and the monsters here are mainly bears. The attack is high, the blood is thick, and the speed is slightly slow. It is a very strong threat to most players. However, for Liu Kang's team, these bears were no threat at all. They cut melons and vegetables along the way and soon arrived at the dungeon area. Entering the dungeon, Bai Lu skillfully opened the meteorite and completed the boss set of procedures in seconds. The copy was solved in just 13 seconds. Wait until you leave the Grizzly's Lair instance. The equipment on Liu Kang and others received another update. Leng Qingying had a cold face because she had just spent another 200,000 yuan to buy equipment from Liu Kang. Although she still has a little money, Leng Qingying is not the boss of a big guild. A piece of silver equipment costs 200,000, which still makes Leng Qingying feel more painful. What's more, until now, these equipments have not been used. Basically, White Deer enters the dungeon and kills the monsters directly. In other words, it doesn't feel good even if it feels good. However, I have to admit that after seeing Beilu's performance again and again, Leng Qingying was a little moved. Qian Chong, can I really get specialized martial arts by joining your guild? Leng Qingying believed that a large part of the strength of White Deer and brave warriors comes from specialized martial arts. Liu Kang smiled slightly. Of course, do you want to join? Leng Qingying stared at Liu Kang and sighed after a moment. Forget it. She didn't know what she was obsessed with, but just because of her habit of not joining a guild, she subconsciously resisted joining the God Slayer Guild. Once a habit is formed, it is difficult to change. To be honest, she couldn't find a reason to refuse. Rejection is completely a subconscious habit. For Leng Qingying, Liu Kang just took her to download the copy, like a devil's whisper, whispering in her ears. Join the God Slayer Guild. Once you join, you can get the exclusive weapons you dream of. Leng Qingying shook her head and stopped thinking about it. Liu Kang was not in a hurry. Liu Kang knew Leng Qingying's character. Regarding Leng Qingying's rejection again, Liu Kang didn't say much. Instead, he looked in the direction of the next copy and said, let's go, next one. This made Leng Qingying feel a little disappointed. If Liu Kang invites one more time. While walking, Leng Qingying clicked on the community and found that the community was already full of news about the God Killing Guild. This guild, which appeared in players' sight for the first time, has become a hot topic of discussion among all players. After all, it took less than 10 minutes to get the first kill of 2 dungeons in a row. The third copy enters. Open black lens bracket Giant Bear Den, Nightmare, close black lens bracket. This dungeon is a dungeon in which monsters are released according to waves. Just like the Ash Forest, the boss will appear after clearing out several waves of monsters. Just when Leng Qingying thought that the copy that could not be cleared in one wave finally had a chance to perform. Boom. A meteorite fell. Clean up a wave of monsters in an instant. But then, a second wave of monsters appeared. Just when Leng Qingying thought Bai Lu was about to enter a period of weakness, Bai Lu held up the Dharma book again. Call. Actually another meteorite fell from the sky. This made Leng Qingying's pupils shrink. What kind of monster is this player named Bai Lu? Summon 2 meteorites in a row? Even if you have an S-level talent, you are a supermodel, right? Boom boom. 2 waves of meteorites fell, and the sea of fire raged. The monsters in the third wave did not need to be actively cleaned up at all. Soon after they were born, they were directly burned to death by the continuous burning flames. Minus 5,291. Minus 5,192. Minus 5,921. Minus 5,929. 2 overlapping seas of fire, causing more than 10,000 damage per second. Even in the level 14 Nightmare difficulty dungeon, the monsters don't have that high HP. The third and fourth waves of monsters were all killed instantly by the sea of fire produced by the meteorite. Leng Qingying had no chance to take action. After 4 waves of monsters, the boss finally appeared. Open black lens bracket bison giant bear close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket level 18 close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket hydrogen phosphide 235,000 close black lens bracket. Skills: earth shaking shockwave, roar, death blow, pounce, heavy body bomb. Characteristics: exuberant life, within 5 seconds of receiving damage, recover 50% of the damage taken. Close black lens bracket. Description: a giant bear with strong vitality and strong recovery ability. Close black lens bracket. Leng Qingying was about to move and take action, but Liu Kang rushed out before her. The weapon in Liu Kang's hand turned into a giant sword at some point. 5 stages of powerful slash. Starting his hand, a fierce dragon drew his sword and slashed across it. Immediately receive at the same time as this attack. Moreover, this flat A has been replaced by the flat A of charged slash. Immediately afterwards, there were 4 consecutive cuts to A. Cut a horizontally, cut a vertically, cut a diagonally, cut a diagonally. The brilliance is dazzling. It's hard to imagine that a giant sword can perform such smooth and silky operations. Giant swords have always been synonymous with bulkiness. At the end, the giant sword that Liu Kang slashed upwards was replaced by a slashing sword. Earth-shattering slash. The moment the earth-shattering slash hit the boss's head, Liu Kang flipped his wrist and changed the way he held the giant sword. The raptor draws its sword and slashes, draws its sword diagonally. A sword energy swept across diagonally, completed the final finishing combo. In just over a second, Xing Chong launched a set of combos that were so smooth that they could not be seen clearly with the naked eye. And he still uses a giant sword. All you can see is the damage numbers floating out in layers. Minus 65,812. Minus 7,839. Minus 8,959. Minus 10,239. Minus 108,427. By the time he reacted, boss was already lying on the ground. Even an expert like Leng Qingying didn't see clearly what happened. Raptor draw sword slash. Charge for 1 to 5 seconds. Throw out a sword draw slash, causing 4 to 50 times the strength damage. Range 5 to 50 meters. Cooling time 9 seconds. Fully charged every time during the cooling period. If you attack with force, the cooldown will be reduced by 1 second. No consumption. The raptor draws his sword and slashes, which can be said to be a perfect match with the brave man's fearless talent. The cooldown time can only be reduced by fully charging, which means that it takes time to accumulate power. In this way, the cooling down reduction effect will not actually take effect, but it often only takes a few seconds. But with special martial arts, brave warriors can reduce the cooldown of raptor draw sword even with normal attacks. For someone like Liu Kang, he was fast enough to complete a set of combos, and could even release 2 raptors to draw his sword in 1 second. In the fantasy world, if talents, skills, and equipment are well matched, 1 plus 1 can be more effective than 2. Some mechanisms may seem useless, but as long as they are paired with a certain talent, they can become extremely powerful. As the big bear fell. In the end, the boss was instantly killed by a set of combos, and the familiar world announcement popped up again. Congratulations to players, Kong Chong, Fearless Brave, White Deer, and Leng Qingying for clearing the level 14 Nightmare difficulty dungeon, Giant Bear Den. Clearance time, 00 hours, 00 minutes and 21 seconds. The God Killing Guild has obtained the first kill of the Giant Bear Den dungeon. Close black lens bracket. Leng Qingying looked at the world announcement that appeared in front of her. Not only was there no joy in her heart. Instead, I came up with an idea. It would be nice if the difficulty of these dungeons could be more difficult. This makes him look like a freeloader. After several waves of experiences in a row, Leng Qingying felt that she could not hold back her face. She probably also understood Liu Kang's conspiracy, which was to make her owe a few more favors. And Leng Qingying really couldn't bear this opportunity to upgrade quickly. Being so many levels ahead at the launch of the server is undoubtedly a huge advantage, and only a fool would give up such an advantage. I'm afraid I have to owe this favor. But then Leng Qingying slapped her face again and said, forget it, you owe me what you owe. If you owe too much, you can only join their guild as a matter of course. It's time to distribute equipment again. The number of silver equipment that broke out this time was actually 5 pieces. The higher the level of the dungeon, the more equipment will be available. However, all of them were equipment needed by Liu Kang, White Deer, and brave warriors. Seeing this result, Leng Qingying breathed a sigh of relief. Then, she suddenly realized that she was actually glad that she didn't reveal the equipment she needed. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. After finishing the Giant Bear Den, Liu Kang led the team and continued to clear Shanglin's other 2 copies. Congratulations to players, Kang Chong, Fearless Brave, White Deer, and Leng Qingying for clearing the level 15 Nightmare difficulty dungeon, Dire Bear Forest. Congratulations to players, Kang Chong, Fearless Brave, White Deer, and Leng Qingying for clearing the level 16 Nightmare difficulty dungeon, Grey Bear Cave. Leng Qingying also followed them and got 2 dungeon first kills for nothing. Unknowingly, Leng Qingying's face became thicker and she became a little more comfortable. It feels good to lie down and win. On the way to the next dungeon, Kang Chong showed no airs of being a big boss and taught the brave how to operate fearlessly in an easy-to-understand way. Fearless, you must always remember to connect normal attacks during the skill process, so as to maximize the damage. The multiplier of your powerful 5-stage slash is 6, and the multiplier of your normal attack is 4. If you can connect the normal attacks during the powerful 5-stage slashing process, it is equivalent to increasing the output to 1.6 times the original. And if you start with the raptor and then hit 5 consecutive slashes followed by normal attacks, you can immediately reset the CD of the raptor to draw the sword. But if you only follow the 5-stage slash, you won't be able to reset the raptor's CD immediately. The difference in output efficiency between interspersed normal attacks and non-interspersed normal attacks will be at least twice as much. Liu Kang explained the operating techniques to the brave warrior. The brave man Wu Wei memorized the techniques taught by Liu Kang. In addition to this shallow understanding of damage interspersed with normal attacks, occasionally Kong Chong will also talk about some deep understanding. Even an expert like Leng Qingying would benefit a lot from Liu Kang's explanation. At the same time, Leng Qingying probably also had some understanding of the abilities of White Deer and Brave Warrior. The most important ability of Dauntless seems to be the ability to release charged skills without charging. The most important ability of White Deer should be to store skills, and the skill effects are increased, but I don't know what the multiplier of the increase is. Compared with them, my assassination talent really doesn't have much advantage in completing dungeons. As for this person named Kang Chong, his natural abilities are unknown. But it seems to have an ability similar to copy, and it can borrow the equipment and abilities of teammates. If it can always cooperate with the holder of S-level talents, it will indeed be S-level, and the upper limit can even be higher. Along the way, Leng Qingying's level had risen to level 16 in just 20 minutes. Liu Kang and others even reached level 18. It doesn't take much time to refresh a dungeon. Most of the time is wasted on the journey. But if they continue at this rate, the dungeons near Fenghua City may not be enough for them to clear. This team has no intention of repeatedly clearing dungeons. After completing one dungeon, they will directly switch to the next one. In every dungeon, you get the first kill and leave. Around Fenghua City, there are only 11 dungeons below level 20. Now the God Killing Guild has cleared 6 copies, and the number of remaining copies is no more than half. Judging from this progress, it is estimated that within half an hour, all the dungeons near Fenghua City will bear the name of the God Slaughter Guild. According to normal development, these dungeons should be filled with major guilds competing for each other. But now, it has completely become a one-sided situation. In the guild rankings, the points of the God Kill Guild have reached as high as 10,000 points. First kill in the world plus 5,000 points. After that, every time you get the first kill of a dungeon, you can get 1,000 points. After the Godslayer Guild, the second place is Brilliant, with 1,000 points. The third place is Drunken Moon. The fourth place is Ru Miao. These guilds all have 1,000 points, and they won the first place in a copy. Killing, the ranking of the God Killing Guild can be called the Crushing Crush. As for the functions of guild points, there are many functions. Points are used to upgrade the guild, exchange for prizes, and open the guild skill tree. Outside Fanghua City, Shanglin. A team from the Yin Yuan Guild is still looking for traces of Kang Chong. I followed the dungeon all the way to find it, and all the way there were the clearance records of the Godslayer Guild. 13 seconds, 21 seconds, 15 seconds, 9 seconds. Looking at these records, Sombra swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Hey, is the God Killing Guild a little too outrageous? Next to him, Obsidian, who was on the mission together, responded, S level, everyone should be at this level. Fart, when we competed for the record in the second area, Yingmu didn't have such a terrible record, right? Sombra is an old player. He has accounts in the first and second areas. He is considered a veteran player of the Yin Yuan Guild. And Shadow Mew is an S level player recruited by Yin Yuan Guild in the second area. I think it was about a minute. 1 minute and 9 seconds are too different. Obsidian snorted. The talent of the one named White Deer should be very suitable for playing dungeons, but it is indeed a bit scary that they can achieve such a record at this time. At this time, a newcomer who followed them asked, don't we have such a 10-second record? Hearing this question, Sombra sneered, 10 seconds? Our records are all at least 1 minute. The newcomer was a little confused. Huh? Why? Aren't everyone S-class? There is also a gap between S-level talents. Moreover, the first task of S-level talent owners is to upgrade first. Dying, are you a newcomer to the fantasy world? It's normal not to understand. Sombra thought for a moment and thought about how to explain. Then he said, well, let me ask you a question. Do you think S-level players upgrade faster, or ordinary players upgrade faster? Ying didn't think about it and immediately replied, it must be S-level. They use the resources of the entire guild. Haha, where did their equipment come from? Black Crystal asked again. Ying touched his chin and thought, the equipment, the guild bought from other players. Oh, I understand what you mean, senior. Haha, it's good if you can understand. Heijing explained, there is a gap between S-level players and ordinary players, and it is impossible for such strategic level existences to lower their level just to set a dungeon record. It's like the Ash Forest. They reach level 10 after brushing it once, and then they lose the qualification to brush the Ash Forest. Even if I have better equipment, I can't come back and set the record. The same goes for other dungeons. Although the S-level talent is powerful, but without good enough equipment, you will not be able to exert your best strength, and the record will naturally not be improved. Good records require equipment, and the 8 major guilds all have players with S-level talents. If the equipment is fully loaded, the record won't be much worse than that of White Deer. But the problem is that I am not satisfied. Who the hell can take out gold quality equipment and weapons with specially customized effects at level 10? A nightmare difficulty dungeon can drop the highest quality silver equipment. If you want to get gold quality equipment, you need to clear the crazy difficulty dungeon, or the world boss can explode. At this stage, the equipment of other players is compared with the equipment of Godslayer Guild. That's the difference between modern armies and primitive people. Therefore, these records set by White Deer are simply an unsurpassable legend for other guilds. While they were communicating, another world announcement popped up. Congratulations to players, Kang Chong, Fearless Brave, White Deer, and Leng Qingying for clearing the level 16 nightmare difficulty dungeon, Violent Bear's Lair. See this world announcement. Cold sweat dripped down everyone's foreheads. Hey, 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 another one. In 20 minutes, they had already scored 6 first kills. The Raging Bear's den is just ahead. Speed up and rush there. We should be able to intercept them and complete the mission given to us by the president first. Bear Forest Dungeon, Violent Bear Lair. Liu Kang and others came out of the Violent Bear Lair instance. In less than 10 minutes, Kang Chong, Brave and Fearless, and Bai Lu had already put on silver equipment. Head, wristbands, belt, pants, clothes. 2 rings, 1 necklace, boots, and weapons. There are 10 equipment slots in total, and they are full of silver equipment, and they are all silver equipment of level 10 or above. The equipment rankings have even been dominated. Among the top 50 pieces of equipment, nearly 40 are owned by them. The first and second equipment are naturally 2 special weapons. They didn't hide it, and Liu Kang didn't make any demands on them. It couldn't be hidden anyway. As long as you can see the name, you can't see the effect. The third, fourth, and fifth equipment were clearly their golden equipment. Further back, there is a row of silver equipment. Looking around, there are 3 names on the entire ranking list. The 5th equipment holder, Kang Chong. The 6th equipment holder, Bai Lu. The 7th equipment holder, the Brave and Fearless. Even some equipment that has been eliminated and replaced is also on the ranking list. Of course Leng Qingying had heard of Ba Bang. Occasionally, a certain guild directly occupies 3 or 4 positions in the top 10 of a certain ranking. But Leng Qingying had never heard of such dominance. In a guild, only 3 members occupy more than 40 positions among the top 50. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. Chapter 18 Unplug the network cable, off the chart move, right? There's no copy left in Shanglin. Let's go to Blackwater Creek next. After finishing the dungeon, Bai Lu was still a little excited. I never thought that one day I would become a legend in the fantasy world. Did you see it, brother? The whole community is talking about us. I'm actually called the White-Haired Witch of Destruction. The White Deer character is a girl with long white hair. A bunch of middle-class players in the community gave them nicknames based on their characteristics. And when he heard the cheers of the White Deer, the brave man became curious. What about me? What cool title do I have? Bai Lu fell silent when she heard Yang Jie's fearless inquiry, and she looked around the community. A useless warrior being chased by a bastard fish. An idiot newbie who can't learn skills. A lucky S-class trash. The worst S-level player in history. Also, do you want to continue listening? One nickname after another is like arrow after arrow piercing the fearless heart of the brave man. It dealt a heavy blow to his soul. When the brave man Wu Wei heard the title read out by Bai Lu, his eyes were on fire. Damn. Who gave you the nickname? I'm going to fight him. Liu Kang patted the brave man on the shoulder and said, okay, let's hurry up and try to finish all the copies of Blackwater Creek within an hour. Hearing Liu Kang's speech, Leng Qingying felt ashamed in her heart. What Kang Chong said could always scare people to death. The ones over at Blackwater Creek are all large dungeons. Unlike other small dungeons, they are level 18 to 20 dungeons. In the fantasy world, you can change jobs as long as you reach level 18, and level 20 is the level cap before changing jobs. If you do not change jobs, you cannot continue to upgrade. Therefore, the strength of level 18 dungeons is often designed for players after changing jobs. Even for players who have completed the job change, it will take more than an hour to complete an entire copy. The strength of the monsters in these dungeons is far higher than that of dungeons below level 18. 4 dungeons were completed within an hour. That's what the sky can tell. Thinking of the job transfer, Leng Qingying couldn't help but ask, Qianchong, don't you plan to transfer first? Kang Chong and others have reached level 18, and they can actually change jobs now. Liu Kang smiled bitterly and said, I also want to change, but the situation does not allow it. How can I change if I don't have a good career? Now there is only a Blood Rage Warrior's inheritance book revealed in the dungeon, which is of no use. Liu Kang responded with a wry smile, and his tone seemed really helpless. But Leng Qingying felt a little angry. A Blood Rage Warrior was a rare profession. So picky, what career do you want to change? Liu Kang said calmly, at least it must be the only inheritance. Hearing Kang Chong's answer, Leng Qingying almost lost her cool persona. There is only one inheritance for each professional branch. If you want to get it, you can't just rely on your strength. It also takes plenty of luck, and luck. After all, no one knows how to obtain the only inheritance, so they can only be blind and blind. If you stick to your only career, you may not be able to change careers for the rest of your life. But Kang Chan's answer is actually at least the only inheritance. Leng Jingying wanted to complain, but in the end she maintained her aloof persona. Well, I wish you good luck. I will change jobs when I reach level 18. Turning what? Shadow dancer? Leng Jingying replied calmly, yes. Regarding Leng Jingying's reply, Liu Kang smiled with a slightly sarcastic tone. You always don't choose anything, so you will always be a second-rate assassin. As long as you pay attention to it, you will be much stronger. Hearing Kang Chan's sudden sarcasm, Leng Jingying almost rolled her eyes out of breath. Second-rate assassin? Talk about her? You. Ching Chong, you care too much about intensity. Leng Jingying still wanted to refute, but she couldn't say the second half of the sentence. She wanted to refute the other party technically. But Leng Jingying suddenly thought that Kang Chan's skills were higher than hers. The sky. Just when the two had a verbal conflict, suddenly, a voice came from a distance. It was called Liu Kang. Liu Kang followed the sound and saw several players riding towards them on chocobos. Seeing Liu Kang, they wiped the sweat from their heads. Finally found. Yin Yuan Guild, Undercurrent. The visitor announced his name. Liu Kang looked away from Leng Jingying. Oh, it's you. Liu Kang showed no signs of surprise at the arrival of Undercurrent. Are you here to pay back the money? Hearing Liu Kang's question, dark lines filled his head. Can you die without mentioning money in 3 sentences? He thought so in his heart, but Undercurrent didn't dare to make Kang Chan unhappy. Haha, yes, our Yin Yuan Guild is willing to admit defeat. The president asked me to hand over the money to brother Kang Chan as soon as possible. By the way, brother Kang Chan, do you know an assassin named Kang? Hearing Undercurrent's question, Liu Kang said calmly, don't tempt me, I am Liu Kang. Liu Kang had no intention of hiding his identity. Leng Jingying, who was on the side, took a slight breath of cold air. The rumors in the community are just speculation after all. In fact, Kang Chan has never personally admitted that he is Liu Kang. Moreover, Leng Jingying also knew some of Liu Kang's skills. She and Liu Kang had fought against each other in the first area. Kang is definitely not as skilled as the Kang Chan in front of him. The difference between the two is very big, so players in the community guessed that Kang Chan was Liu Kang, but Leng Jingying did not think so. Ordinary players cannot see the difference in operation between masters and masters. It was as if Bai Lu can tell the difference between his brother's previous operations and his current operations. The vast majority of players in the community only know that Kang Chan and Kang have similar names, and their operations are very powerful, so they infer that Kang Chan is Liu Kang. But if they knew the difference between the two, they would find their reasoning ridiculous. Leng Jingying's skills are already at a professional level. In the entire fantasy world, even if she is not AT0 level master, she is considered AT1. She has a very clear understanding of the difference between Liu Kang and Kang Chan. If we use an analogy, Kang Chan's technology is the pinnacle of mortals, while Kang Chan's technology is close to that of a god. The techniques Kang developed existed in theory and could actually be replicated. But the operation of the sky has subverted common sense, even the kind that is theoretically judged to be impossible. Therefore, Leng Jingying never thought that Kang Chan was Liu Kang. At most, the two of them knew each other. Now that she heard Kang Chan personally admit that he was Liu Kang, how could Leng Jingying not be shocked? It was not just Leng Jingying who was shocked, Undercurrent also showed an expression of disbelief. This guess turned out to be true. Within the Yin Yuan Guild, there are mixed opinions among those who believe that Kang Chan is Liu Kang. If Kang Chan is not Liu Kang, then Kang Chan, a master of operations, can't possibly appear out of thin air, right? But if Kang Chan is Liu Kang, then Liu Kang's technical level has improved too much. During training a few days ago, I had never seen Liu Kang demonstrate this technique. Undercurrent forcefully forced out a smile. Haha, Mr. Qianchan, are you not joking? Haha, do I need to joke with you? Okay, it turns out that Liu Kang has been hiding his clumsiness. I didn't expect this kid to hide it so deeply. And Liu gritted his teeth and said, Kang, you also know that I was the one who dragged you into the Yin Yuan Guild. After Undercurrent learned the true situation, he planned a series of tricks to play the emotional card. But he had just started the conversation when he was interrupted by Liu Kang. Don't sensationalize with me, it's useless. I accompanied you to several negotiations. I know your words very well. Undercurrent knew that this time the negotiation would be difficult, but he had a mission, so he had to continue. Liu Kang, we Ming people don't speak secretly. If you are willing to return to the Yin Yuan Guild, we will give you better treatment. Quote. It's no less than Yin Kong's current treatment, or even higher. Liu Kang said disapprovingly, Yin Kong, is he the S-level one who got the activation code? I haven't forgotten that Yin Shengai said that he would give me the S-level talent. Anlu was speechless, it was their Yin Yuan Guild's fault. Haha, Undercurrent, why don't you come to my guild? Liu Kang casually mentioned. When Undercurrent heard this, his heartbeat suddenly accelerated. Join the Gods Killing Guild. The development prospects of this guild do look good. The treatment of Yin Yuan Guild has indeed been getting better and better recently. The two were silent for a moment, neither of them spoke first. Captain Undercurrent, Sombra called out before waking Undercurrent up. Undercurrent suddenly came back from his thoughts. Knowing that he had lost his composure, he mocked and complimented. Haha, brother Liu Kang, are you kidding me? Isn't this a tall order? Yeah, I'm just kidding. Anlu's face twitched. Damn, he was fooled. It's a shame that he was still thinking about it seriously. Liu Kang smiled kindly and said, sorry, the lowest standard for our guild is S-level talent. Damn it, kill someone for a pig's heart, right? I'm really sorry that the A-level talent is too weak. Undercurrent, as a headhunter who specializes in recruiting people for the Yin Yuan Guild, has repeatedly attracted high-quality talents for the Yin Yuan Guild. Naturally, the guild also paid attention to him and gave him the activation code for the A-level talent. But it was just like this that made Liu Kang's treatment seem even more unfair. Obviously they are not the main battle members, but the headhunters responsible for recruiting people have obtained A-level talents. And Liu Kang, an honorary player in the World Championship, the best assassin in the fantasy world, and the best leader in team battles, was given the same A-level talent as him by the Yin Yuan Guild. Moreover, it is also an A-level talent specifically used to assist S-level concealment, shadow. How can you tolerate the fact that the top assassin is reduced to assisting others? Brother Liu Kang, this matter is our Yin Yuan Guild's fault. Undercurrent's face was also ugly. It's better than this. It's okay for brother Kang Chong not to join our Yin Yuan Guild for the time being, but at least don't hurt the harmony. We Yin Yuan are willing to compensate for what we have done. How about that? Liu Kang didn't have any anger at all. He just smiled and said, oh, I still owe you 500 million. What compensation should I use? The undercurrent of negotiations must remain live. Share it with the Yin Yuan Guild. Half of the decisions made by Undercurrent come from the top management of Yin Yuan Guild. At this time, in the guild base of Yin Yuan Guild, several senior officials were surrounding the table with serious expressions. The tiger has returned to the forest. It seems there is no hope of bringing him back to the guild for peace talks. The brave one, White Deer, plus him, and this guild that has scored 7 first kills, one of which also includes the world's first kill. The value of the God Killing Guild is at least 16 billion world coins. A world first kill is already worth billions to a giant guild like Yin Yuan. If they could directly spend money to buy the world's first kill, Yin Yuan Guild would be willing to do so. The publicity of the world's first kill would make A-level talent owners who are hesitant and unsure about which guild to join make up their minds. If an A-level talent is worth 20 million, it would be worth 4 billion to 200 people. Although the probability of awakening an A-level talent is 1 in 10,000, the player base in the fantasy world is huge. There are 11 billion players, and there are 1.1 million people with a 1 in 10,000 chance of awakening. Isn't it enough to shake 200 people with such a big world announcement? Coupled with the additional rewards obtained from the world's first kill in the equipment innovation, the starting team's equipment will be far ahead of other guilds. 4 billion is an underestimate. As for S-level talents, the value of each one is difficult to measure, and the guaranteed value is estimated to be upwards of 3 billion. At present, it seems that the number of S-level people in the third area is about 20, and the number of natural people is 10. Including the activation code, there are about 8 more, but not much more. The upper limit of the team size in a normal dungeon is 5 people. There is only one S-level team, and the entire team is S-level. There is a huge gap in combat power between the two. The more S-level experts you have, the better your rankings will be in various dungeons, battles, and activities. And in the competitive arena, it completely crushed other guilds. The benefits brought long afterward are inestimable. With such a value, 3 billion can only be regarded as the lowest guaranteed valuation. In addition to the other first kills obtained by the God-Killing Guild, it was also confirmed that White Deer and Brave Fearless had special skills. The total combined value of the God Slayer Guild is already the lowest at 16 billion. In terms of actual value, it would even be doubled. After Yinshan thought for a while, he made a decision. Let's give up Liu Kang, he won't come, but we can find a way to pry Bai Lu and Yang Wuwei over privately. And Leng Qingying, look what happened to her. She didn't come even after we invited her many times. Why did she get involved with the God Slayer Guild as soon as the server was launched? While the other senior executives were discussing how to recruit people, a muscular uncle player suddenly interrupted their conversation. Yin Yuan Guild, Strategy Minister, Ying Dao. We can talk about recruiting people later. The first world boss will be defeated in the near future. We didn't get the first kill in the world of the dungeon. We must grab the first kill of this world boss. Yin Kong's talent ability can kill with a percentage of health. I dare not say anything else, but the world boss must be from our Yin Yuan Guild. But the threat from the sky is too great, so we have to find a way to get rid of him. Let me see, I can borrow 500 million in compensation to let him leave the game for a while. Undercurrent, do you know what to do? When high-level officials give orders, Undercurrent has no choice but to follow them. Undercurrent looked at Bai Lu and Yang Wuwei behind Liu Kang, but it was obvious that now was not the time to poach someone. If he rashly adds them as friends now, I am afraid that Chang Chong will directly see that his motives are impure. Underflow said with an apologetic smile, Brother Kang, our Yin Yuan Guild also feels very sorry about the activation code. This liquidated damages is true and you shouldn't be allowed to pay it, otherwise, the 500 million liquidated damages will be void. It's not too late now. How about we, the president, me, and a few old friends, get together offline and talk about this matter and make it clear? After tonight, the liquidated damages matter will be written off, Anlu said with a smile. In fact, he alone has the final say as to whether liquidated damages should be written off. After arriving at the scene, it was those old-timers who took the lead in the conversation, and after tonight's deal-making, the Yin Yuan Guild starting team had also practiced the levels they needed to practice, and the boss that needed to be killed was also killed. The gap with the God-Killing Guild has narrowed, and the God-Killing Guild will naturally no longer be a threat. Not to mention, White Deer and the Brave Warriors may be pried over. Lure them with benefits, acquaint them with reason, move them with emotion, threaten them with threats. The two newcomers have only been friends with the God-Killing Guild for more than an hour. In the eyes of Undercurrent, there is nothing that cannot be dug. By then, Liu Kang would be just a polished commander, and naturally he would not be as majestic as he is now. With one meal, 500 million liquidated damages were written off. It's tempting, pleading, and apologizing. After all, it's time for Qianchong to give him a face and have a meal. No matter how good Liu Kang's operating skills are, he is still a 21-year-old young man. The Yin Yuan Guild understood Liu Kang's point correctly. But I didn't expect that this series of humble requests would only receive a short answer from Qianchong. I won't go. Brother Kang, 500 million is not a small amount. I have been begging for love from above for a long time just now. However, Kongchong looked like a dead pig that was not afraid of being scalded by boiling water, and replied lazily, I owe you. It's you, why don't you pay back the money? We are in a hurry. If your guild has no money, we will leave. The undercurrent is a bit broken. Why is this Liu Kang unable to get in, and why is he always saying that the Yin Yuan Guild has no money? If word of this gets out, the reputation will be ruined again. Liu Kang also owed liquidated damages, but he could play rogue and say he had no money. Because he really has no money, and he doesn't care about his reputation. But the Yin Yuan Guild cannot do that. Guilds like theirs rely on their reputation to recruit new members. If their reputation is bad, no one else will come. When he heard that Liu Kang was about to leave, he still hurriedly shouted, yes. If Liu Kang leaves and posts another post later, the Yin Yuan Guild will really be scolded by the players. Liu Kang had already taken out the scroll to return to the city. Okay, trade it directly and give me 1 million gold, or transfer 150 million to me. After prices stabilize, the exchange rate for gold coins will be 1 to 100 world coins. But now is the early stage, and everyone has very little money. If you want to buy gold from other players, you need to spend more money. If you want to buy 1 million gold coins, according to the current market price, you will have to spend at least 150 million to buy it. Liu Kang directly included the exchange rate. There was an undercurrent of wanting to curse. Why did the price increase? He thought that 100 million would be enough. When he came to negotiate this time, the superiors transferred 100 million phantom coins to him as compensation. As for the 1 million gold coins, the Yin Yuan Guild couldn't afford it. How can one get 1 million gold coins in such a short period of time? After hearing Liu Kang's asking price, Leng Qingying realized that Kongchong had sold the equipment to her at a discounted price. However, a piece of low-level silver equipment that could only be sold for a dozen gold in one area had to be sold for 1,000 gold. Leng Qingying still wanted to call it a profiteer. Undercurrent awkwardly asked for instructions from his superiors. A moment later, a reply came from the superior. Transfer it to him. The magic coins have already been credited to your account. Just transfer it directly. Inside the Yin Yuan Guild, a group of high-level officials sat together, completely at a loss for the inaccessible sky. This Liu Kang, are we really helpless against him? What can we do? Is it possible to rush to their homes and unplug their network cables? Upon hearing this complaint, all the senior officials present turned their heads. Don't we know where Liu Kang lives? When we fight the boss, why don't we unplug his network cable and make him miss the opportunity to fight the boss? Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. Okay, the money is transferred, you can go back. After receiving the transfer, Liu Kang immediately issued an eviction order to Anlu and others. Undercurrent wants to say something else. But seeing Liu Kang's kind smile, the brave man behind him put his hand on the big sword. It looks like he's going to take action if he doesn't leave. Seeing that something was wrong, Anlu and others no longer persisted and could only turn around and leave. After Anlu and others left a distance, Bai Lu couldn't help but jump up happily. Wow. Although my brother was a professional player before, he also made a lot of money. But actually seeing 150 million directly credited to my account was quite shocking. The White Deer's eyes lit up. 150 million. The living expenses that her brother had given her before were only 5,000 yuan a month. And this is quite common among people of the same age. This much money is equivalent to her monthly living expenses of 30,000 yuan. Liu Kang saw Bai Lu's glowing eyes and smiled lightly. Directly transferred 10 million to Bai Lu. Brother, this. You still have to pay liquidated damages. You can't help it. This is not good. Bai Lu looked flattered. But in fact, I couldn't help but click accept. Come on, don't be a good boy. These dungeons are all your fault. These first kills made by Bai Lu and these records set are worth far more than 10 million. If people from other guilds knew that Liu Kang paid 10 million to buy such a great god, they would be so angry that they would vomit blood. This is oppression. Brother, brave and fearless is still a student after all. Seeing Bai Lu get 10 million, he couldn't help but gulped. What's your name, brother? Liu Kang was speechless. But he still transferred 10 million to the brave and fearless. Liu Kang knew that the Yin Yuan Guild would definitely not give up and wanted to take advantage of brave warriors and white deer. It's easy to say that Bai Lu is his sister, and the talent was given to her by herself. But the brave are fearless. Only an ordinary student who can withstand the temptation of money is a ghost now. Just imagine, when you were in college, if someone suddenly wants to dump you hundreds of millions while playing games. The price is to join their guild and help them play games. Do you agree? All I can say is that in this case, hesitating for even a second is disrespectful to money. Illusion World is currently just a game for the brave warriors, and the Godslayer Guild has only been in the game for 2 hours. It can't be said about feelings, nor can it be said about deep friendship. Brother, thank you so much. You are my god, my idol, my only one. The brave man Wu Wei hugged Liu Kang's thigh. Provoke. Bai Lu looked at Yi Yanzi Wu Wei with disgust. Liu Kang helped the brave man Wu Wei up, put his arm around his shoulders, and said earnestly, Wu Wei, you have also seen that our guild is only in the early stages of development. There's not that much funding. In the short term, those big guilds may be able to give you more money, but in fact, in the long term, our Godslayer Guild has better development prospects. Look, we got the first kills that the big guilds didn't get, and we are still far ahead in the rankings. Level list, we are 3. Equipment list, there are a lot of us. Look at the guild rankings. Our God-killing guild is definitely the #1 guild in the fantasy world. You are the second one to join the guild, and Bai Lu is behind you. You are now the elder of our Godslayer Guild, but if you quit, there will be nothing. You can see the potential of our God-killing guild. It's so powerful. If you go to another guild, think about how much you will regret it when our God-killing guild destroys other guilds in the future. Now it takes 2 hours to open the server, and I can give you 10 million. What about 2 days, 3 days, or 1 week? Do you dare to think about it? Listen to me, if you see someone else wanting to join you, no matter who they are or why they are here, just refuse them and just wait quietly to get rich. Liu Kang's words are serious and thoughtful, and he is good at guiding. The brave man who spoke of it was nodding his head repeatedly, expressing strong agreement. Leng Qingying looked on. It has to be said that Liu Kang's ability to deceive people is quite good. This pie is so big and round, it would be a pity not to pass it on. Unexpectedly, the famous Liu Kang was such a master. Not only is he an expert in operation, but he is also a first-rate expert in the technique of tricking people into making a big pie. This is different from the Liu Kang I knew before. Liu Kang saw Leng Qingying staring at him, and the two looked at each other for a while. Then Leng Qingying heard Liu Kang ask, you also want to share the money? Forget it if it's not from our God-killing guild. Leng Qingying almost lost her temper after being asked this question. What's the difference between you and me? Unnecessary. Oh, that's okay. I originally said that if you wanted to join, I could share it with you. Leng Qingying felt a breath in her chest. Why is Liu Kang's words so irritating? She indeed planned to join the guild the next time Liu Kang invited her to do so. But how could she have the nerve to humble herself to such an invitation? Doesn't this seem like she only added the 10 million yuan? After dividing the money, Liu Kang looked into the distance, undercurrent that they had gone far away. At this time, Liu Kang changed the communication mode from squad to all. He said to those around him, okay, come out. The rustling sound came to mind, and several players stood up in the surrounding grass. Ah ha ha, I was discovered by brother Liu Kang. Liu Kang is indeed a great master and very sharp. No need to be polite, just pay back the money. When Xingqiu heard this request, the corner of his mouth twitched. The Yin Yuan Guild came to Liu Kang, so naturally they would not be left behind. Liu Kang only heard a ding sound. 150 million magic coins have been credited to your account. Oh, this Stargate Guild is quite refreshing. Brother Kang, we won't say more. Actually, we have one more request when we come here this time. Explain. Don't you owe Yin Yuan Guild liquidated damages? We plan to put a reward of 10 million yuan on Yin Kong for 1 kill. This is the reward price for S-level players in the fantasy world. In order to slow down each other's progress, the major guilds will also entrust some powerful players or guilds to kill other people's S levels. Killing once will lose 10% of your experience, and more importantly, you will fall into a weak state for a period of time. This is very harmful to the early progress. Liu Kang also guessed the reason why the other party made this request. The world boss will be refreshed tonight. In order to hinder the progress of the enemy guild, this method will definitely be used. 20 million, kill once. Liu Kang directly sat on the ground and raised the price. Xingqiu gritted his teeth. It's too expensive. When you recruited Bai Lu, you said you would pay double the amount offered by the Yin Yuan Guild. I still have the contact information of Yin Yuan Guild in my hand. The implication of Liu Kang's words was very obvious. If Xingqiu does not agree, Liu Kang can contact the Yin Yuan Guild. The interests of the guilds come first. The Yin Yuan Guild would probably be happy to entrust Liu Kang to kill Xingqiu at a higher price. Okay. 20 million, but you must kill him at least once within 2 hours. What if it happens more than once? Liu Kang asked. Xingqiu responded, 20 million for 1 kill. Okay, took it. After saying this, Liu Kang turned to look at Leng Qingying. This order was taken by our God-killing guild. Don't even think about sharing the bounty. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. If you want me to join, just invite me to join the guild normally. Leng Qingying felt like she was going crazy inside. But she still maintained her cool appearance. It doesn't matter, I don't need it. Is this Liu Kang making fun of himself? After agreeing to Xingqiu's request, Liu Kang began to greet his companions. The delay has been long enough. Use the scroll to return to the city. It will be too late to fight the dungeon later. Liu Kang was worried about time. The dungeons along this route produced a lot of town recall scrolls. After being instructed by Liu Kang, everyone immediately took out their own scrolls to return to the city without any delay. After a short chant, he returned to Fenghua City. Fenghua City, Central Square. Liu Kang immediately came to the guild administrator, and Leng Qingying was also nearby. Liu Kang turned to Leng Qingying and asked, do you want to join the guild? This time, Liu Kang didn't have any joking tone. Leng Qingying was slightly startled. What the hell, why are you so formal all of a sudden? Mingming had just told herself that she would not get any bounty from the missions taken by the Godslayer Guild. In the end, in less than a minute, he was officially invited to join the guild. Add. Immediately afterwards, Leng Qingying received a guild invitation. Guild invitation from the sky. Do you want to join the God-killing guild? Closed black lens bracket. Leng Qingying pressed to join. A prompt pops up in the lower right corner of the Godslayer Guild. Player, Leng Qingying has joined the guild. Leng Qingying didn't expect that this moment would come so casually. I originally thought that something spectacular would happen, but I didn't expect that it was such a simple sentence that finally made me fall. Hey, it seems I'm quite snobbish too. Leng Qingying laughed at herself in her heart, and then looked at the guild details panel. Guild name, Godkiller. Guild level, 1. Guild points, 11,000. Guild skill increase, none. Guild members, 4 10,000ths. Member, Kang Chong, level, 18, talent, hidden. The Brave and the Fearless, occupation, warrior, level, 18, talent, unlimited warrior, S. White Deer, occupation, mage, level, 18, talent, singing, S. Leng Qingying, occupation, assassin, level, 17, talent, shadow kill, S. The guild with the upper limit of 10,000 people only has 4 people. The number of people in this guild is really small. However, the speculation on the community is true. White Deer and Brave Warriors are really S-class. This is not a secret to begin with, but seeing 3 S-class members in the member list is still a bit shocking. At least Leng Qingying had never seen such a scene, even if it includes herself. As for Liu Kang, his talent is mysterious and unknown. Since he is hiding it, he naturally doesn't want to reveal it. Although Leng Qingying was curious, she didn't ask any more questions. Bai Lu also saw the prompt that Leng Qingying entered the guild. I couldn't help but look at Leng Qingying's message curiously. As expected, she is also an S-level talent. My brother seems to know who has S-level talent in the fantasy world. Maybe this is also the effect of his brother's talent, Bai Lu thought in his mind. As a result, the God Slaughter Guild now has 3 S levels and is a little stronger. Bai Lu is still very happy about the fact that the guild has become stronger. Bai Lu clicks to view the effect of Leng Qingying's talent. Open black lens bracket shadow kill, S, close black lens bracket. Effect. The base speed is increased by 100%. Each attack will create a phantom that is exactly the same as itself. The phantom has a health value equal to the body. The health value returns to 0, or the phantom will disappear after being damaged 3 times. It has the same abilities and equipment as the main body. It can create up to 5 phantoms at the same time. New phantoms cannot be created through phantoms. Each phantom owned increases the extra speed by 100%. After the phantom is summoned, it can exchange positions with the main body or other phantoms. Leng Qingying's talent needs a lot of manipulation. When anyone faces Leng Qingying, it is equivalent to hitting 6 of them. The talent of Shadow Kill seems not to increase the damage by 30 times as much as White Deer. The improvement of attributes and skills is not as good as the Fearless one. But in fact, Leng Qingying's can create a phantom that can withstand 3 times of damage. And the body can always be exchanged with the phantom. It is almost equivalent to saying that as long as the phantom exists, there is no way to attack Leng Qingying's body. And Leng Qingying can find opportunities to attack at any time and create new phantoms. Assassins are originally a profession that takes the lead, and you want to avoid being touched by an assassin. Oh, it's difficult, it's too difficult. By the way, this is your 10 million. Liu Kang transferred the account to Leng Qingying. He holds 300 million in his hand, but he doesn't care about the 10 million. As for liquidated damages, they can be earned back quickly. Liu Kang never took liquidated damages seriously from beginning to end. It was too easy to make money as a reborn person. Leng Qingying's eyebrows moved, but there was no refusal. Oh yes, I almost forgot. Liu Kang clicked on the guild panel and clicked to upgrade the guild. Points required to upgrade the guild, 1000. Gold coins required to upgrade the guild, 500. Average level of guild members required to upgrade the guild, 15. You cannot go back after the guild level is upgraded. Please confirm whether to upgrade. Unlocked after this upgrade, guild store, guild skill tree. Fortunately, there is no requirement for the number of people to upgrade the guild, otherwise it would be difficult to upgrade the guild level. Liu Kang could still afford 500 gold coins. After clearing so many dungeons, he also earned a lot of gold coins. Liu Kang now has more than 1000 gold coins in his hand. This made Liu Kang sigh. Compared with money in the real world, gold coins are indeed harder to earn. As for the average level requirement, each of the 4 people in the guild is above level 17, which must be met. Confirm upgrade. The God Killing Guild has been upgraded successfully. Close black lens bracket. Your guild level has been raised to level 2. World announcement. Congratulations to God Kill Guild for becoming the first guild in the fantasy world to be upgraded to level 2. This guild has blessings. The luck value of all guild members has increased by 1. The world announcement resounded throughout the fantasy world again. What the hell? God Killer Guild is on TV again? World announcement is also commonly known as TV by fantasy players. Fuck, they've made 8 announcements in just 2 hours, right? First kill in the world, first kill in various dungeons, and now upgraded to level 2 guild. The frequency of being on TV is even more frequent than that of ordinary players playing dungeons. I saw this prompt pop up. The other major guilds were shocked. Hold. Even the guild's first upgrade was snatched away by God Kill? In fact, the reason why they are so obsessed with the first kill is because of the 1000 points. You can complete the upgrade first before other guilds. The first guild to complete the upgrade will receive permanent blessings. This is a huge advantage, and this permanent guild blessing brings more than just a huge boost. It is also a feature that distinguishes it from other guilds. Just imagine, for a newcomer, if there are 2 guilds with similar benefits, one guild has blessings and the other does not, which one will he choose? Of course, you must choose a guild with bonuses. Also, it is inevitable that the God Slayer Guild will be the first to upgrade. I haven't heard of any other players in the God Killing Guild. The condition of an average level of 15 is too painful. Even if the 8 major guilds kick out everyone else in the guild, this condition will not be met. How can anyone level up faster than the God Slayer Guild now? Isn't it too much to rely on this bonus? The increase in the luck of the whole guild is too buggy, right? The members of the Brilliant Guild were no longer calm. Why didn't we get such an awesome reward when we got the first upgrade in District 1? Our bonus was just an additional 30% increase in light damage. Although the damage increase of the light attribute is very strong, it is compared with the effect of +1 luck value. There's no way to compare. Holy crap, can I switch jobs and join the God Slayer Guild? Luck +1, this bonus. Is the fantasy world crazy? This is partiality, favoritism. The major guilds are somewhat aggrieved by the bonuses obtained by God Kill. This bonus is indeed a bit too strong. Although the light attribute damage increase is not weak, it is not difficult to get this kind of buff. But it's very difficult to get a buff like Lucky Point +1. The most you can usually get is a time-limited increase in luck, such as a 1-point increase in luck that lasts for 2 hours. Liu Kang was also a little confused as to why it was his turn to upgrade and this bonus was so powerful. But then I thought about it, the first upgrade triggered the world announcement, and probably also triggered the leave a name mechanism of my talent. Therefore, the reward effect has been improved. I have to say, this name is really useful. Now my luck value has probably been increased to 4 points. 4 points of luck means that when you download a dungeon, the items that pop out of the treasure box will basically be what you need. When performing daily random events, your chances of winning are greatly increased. If Liu Kang went to the casino now, he would basically be able to achieve positive returns. However, the current city does not have facilities like a casino. In addition, luck value is also reflected in other aspects, such as randomly triggered hidden tasks. 4 points of luck value can always be triggered first, and it can even be said to be triggered inevitably. 4 points of luck is the limit of luck for ordinary people. Players generally start with a lucky value of 1 to 2 points, which is considered an ordinary person in a bit lucky level. But even with 4 points of luck, its effect in battle is still minimal. There is no particularly eye-catching performance. If you go up to 5 points of luck, you can already use your luck points in battle. In his previous life, Liu Kang fought against one of the 3 emperors of the human race who had a lucky value of 11 points. All I can say is, it's disgusting. All the key skills were misfired, all the props that should malfunction failed, and those that should be scrapped were scrapped, while the opponent had various outrageous effects that were triggered frequently. Had some misunderstandings not been resolved in time. Otherwise, I'm afraid I will have to reopen in humiliation. Liu Kang clicked on Guild Skill Tree. Guild Skill, Speed, LV, 1, increase movement speed out of combat by 1%, can be upgraded. Guild Skill, Stronghold Teleportation, chant for 7 seconds and teleport back to the guild stronghold, already the highest level. Guild Skill, Quick Recovery, LV, 1, increase the recovery effect of food by 2%, can be upgraded. There are only a few guild skills at level 2. Liu Kang maxed out the basic guild skills, upgraded his speed to level 2, and increased his speed out of combat by 2%. Quick Recovery has also been upgraded to level 2, and the recovery effect has increased by 4%. In the fantasy world, you can recover from the battle by resting, eating food, etc. Normal rest recovery speed is slow, but food recovery speed is faster. As for potions, they are generally scarce items that players are only willing to use in battle. The price of a small potion in a grocery store is 10 silver. The higher-end potion shops simply don't sell them. Guild skills in the early stage do not require spending too many resources and can be upgraded casually. The new guild store function also has some supplies that can be purchased. But the level 2 guild store doesn't have any good stuff. It's not worth wasting your guild contribution to buy it. After the guild upgrade matters have been dealt with, Liu Kang glanced at the member list and sighed slightly. Leng Qingying didn't know what Liu Kang was sighing about. The world announcement had just been triggered. Why was he looking so sad again? Those who didn't know better thought someone had robbed him of his first upgraded guild. Leng Qingying asked, "What?" Liu Kang smiled bitterly and said, "The configuration of our guild members is too poor. We have no tanks and no weapons. They are all output. You said I sent out the recruitment announcement. Why didn't anyone with S-level talent contact me?" Hearing Liu Kang's difficulties, Leng Qingying was completely speechless. Isn't it enough to have 3 S-level talents in the same guild? Do you still want to be level S with breasts? Can a player with A-level talents die if you pull him in? I originally thought that Liu Kang was joking when he said that the guild only wanted S-level, but when she saw that there were only 4 people in the guild, Leng Qingying realized that he was serious. But now it's too late to regret it. There is a cooling time after joining the guild in the illusion world and then quitting it. After joining the guild, it takes at least 1 day to leave. Seeing Leng Qingying's strange expression, Liu Kang patted her and said, "I still remember what I promised you, and I will get you a martial artist, but it will take some time." Leng Qingying hummed. She was not in a hurry about Zhuangwu. This kind of weapon was definitely not that easy to get. She didn't expect to get it as soon as she joined the guild. But why does Liu Kang like to take pictures of people so much? Does he think of himself as a brave and fearless person? Okay, let's take the challenge. Liu Kang wanted to take on the challenge mission just after he got online, but the brave man fearlessly asked for help. He didn't accept the mission and just went to save him. After that, I kept playing dungeons, and it was only now that I had the chance to return to the city. Challenge mission? Leng Qingying was puzzled. Liu Kang explained, "It's in the guild taskbar." The brave one and White Deer were quite skilled and took over the task directly. When Leng Qingying saw the challenge mission, she couldn't help but take a breath of air. Guild challenge mission. Mission: kill a world boss. Extra challenge: kill 4 world bosses in a row within 1 hour. Task reward: equipment strengthening stone, silver. Extra reward for the challenge: the only career transfer letter of your choice. In Liu Kang's eyes, the additional rewards are not just those written. And there's an extra bonus. After completing the challenge mission, Eternal Ruler's talent level is promoted to S. Provoke him? His guild is all god level, so he's going to beat him on the head? Published by Wuxia Spot. I originally thought that there were some complicated conditions needed to advance talents. After all, in my previous life, I only knew that talents could be advanced. But there is no specific advancement path. Unexpectedly, this talent advanced very quickly. Talents can finally be upgraded to S level. He won't be embarrassed in front of the guild members. Otherwise, the entire guild is S level, and I am only A level, which really makes me feel a bit inferior. Leng Qingying was also shocked by the reward of the challenge mission. At the same time, as smart as she was, she suddenly understood where the strength of White Deer and Brave Warriors came from. Challenge mission. Could it be that the previous Ash Forest was a challenge completed by White Deer and the Brave One? Moreover, Leng Qingying also had some guesses about Liu Kang's natural abilities. Looks like you made the right choice. A thought flashed through Leng Qingying's mind. Regarding joining the Godslayer Guild, her first feeling was that she had done nothing wrong. After receiving the challenge mission, Liu Kang ordered, "Go to Blackwater Creek first and clear the dungeon." Hearing Liu Kang's arrangement, Yangzi Wuwei was a little stunned. Then, what about the commission from the Stargate? Are you going to kill Yin Kong? Haha, we don't need to go find him, he will come and deliver it himself. After dealing with the Yin Yuan Guild for so long, Liu Kang still understands what they're like. The time spent dealing with them lasted more than 3 years. In previous lives, Liu Kang had a lot of dealings with them. Whether inside or outside. Whether they are friends or foes. Liu Kang believed that he knew the Yin Yuan Guild better than the president of the Yin Yuan Guild. It is their consistent style to play tricks on others if they are not good enough. This was also the reason why Liu Kang was in such a hurry that he took his sister away first without catching up on the progress. Liu Kang had already experienced the matter of having the network cable pulled out in his second life. After making his decision, Liu Kang looked at Leng Qingying. "What are your plans? Aren't you going to write the book with you?" Leng Qingying frowned slightly. She didn't understand why Liu Kang suddenly asked. "Oh, you said you like freedom, but I was worried that you were unwilling to act with us." Although there was nothing wrong with what Liu Kang said. But for some reason, Leng Qingying felt that speaking from Kang Chong's mouth made people a little angry. Real world, Liu Kang Villa. Is this the place? A black car parked next to a villa. This is a single-family villa by the sea. Worth a fortune. There were only 2 people on the mission. This kind of surreptitious matter is not suitable for more people to know. If this kind of thing spreads, everyone will know that Yin Yuan Guild is shameless. Although Yin Yuan has many small tricks. But on the surface, it is still a big guild, and it relies on its reputation to make a living. Of course, its reputation cannot be too bad. When they got out of the car, both of them were dressed as electricians. Their plan was to cut the network cable and run away when the time was almost up. If caught, say they are here to have the circuit repaired. That's right, I sent him home for a drink before, and he even invited me to sit at his house. Just as he was talking, the shorter electrician wanted to go to the window to take a look. But he was pulled back directly by another companion. "Ace, the lights are still on. I guess people are still at home. Don't alarm others." Ace patted his head. "Yes, you are right. Look for their switchgear and where are the network cables and the like. It will be easier to move later. They certainly can't operate directly now. Now that Liu Kang's internet is disconnected, Liu Kang can go out and play games in another place. If Liu Kang goes to cabin bar, they can't disconnect the entire cabin bar, right?" Unfortunately, they had no idea that Liu Kang had already predicted their actions. Even the lights in the villa were turned on deliberately. However, the Yin Yuan Guild only dared to secretly unplug the network cable and did not dare to perform any other operations. They don't dare to do things like murder and arson. At least Liu Kang had never seen them do this in his previous lives. The Yin Yuan Guild is a type that has a certain bottom line, but not much. But even if they really wanted to take action, they couldn't find Liu Kang's current location. Fantasy World, Blackwater Creek. After leaving Funhua City, Liu Kang and Bai Lu rode the Windwalker. The brave man is fearless riding the running rhino, while Leng Qingying rides the running bird as a mount. These mounts are all released from the dungeon. As a result, not long after leaving the city and approaching the first instance of Blackwater Creek, Blackwater Cave, famous players appeared one after another from all directions. Surrounded, Liu Kang could see the purpose of these people at a glance. It was obvious that these people were here for me. As the saying goes, there must be a brave man under a heavy reward. Since the Stargate Guild has put a bounty on Yin Kong's head, he has entrusted himself to kill Yin Kong. Liu Kang didn't think that the Yin Yuan Guild would be so abiding by the rules. His own head and Xing Zai's head were probably put on a bounty by the Yin Yuan Guild. Disputes between guilds are something that players love to see. This kind of thing will not damage a guild's reputation. Bounties are rather common in the fantasy world. Especially in the later stages, more experience is lost due to death, and more guilds pay high prices to kill the masters of the rival guild in order to hinder the opponent's development. After grinding the dungeon for a day, I finally gained 20% experience, but if I was killed once in the wild, it is very likely that the entire day's progress would be in vain. And if you lose rare equipment or props because of being killed, you won't even have a place to cry. Large-scale outdoor PKs between guilds, killing people and stealing goods are not uncommon. Talking about morality and the rule of law in a fantasy world is as funny as waiting for a traffic light while playing GTA 5. Liu Kang and others reined in their mounts and stopped in place. Xiao Leng, there are 37 people in total. They may have some dirty tricks. Can they be solved? Leng Qingying said coldly. Okay, but my name is not Xiao Leng. From all directions, these players gradually gathered after showing their faces. There were words on their lips. Brother Kang, although I am your fan, your head is worth 20 million. I'm sorry, idol, this money is very important to me. I have seniors and juniors. If you kill someone who is an idol or not, you will make money and have a chance to join the Zero Destruction Guild. Players swarmed from all directions and surrounded Liu Kang. But it is obvious that they have no self-awareness at all, only courage and no strategy. When Liu Kang heard the shouts of these players, he couldn't help but complain in his heart. My head is worth 20 million. Is this the Water Thief King here? There is a bounty on my head. Will my bounty increase after this battle? When my bounty reaches 3 billion, will I be named the 4 emperors of the fantasy world? Although this kind of thing had happened several times in his previous life, when he returned to this life, Liu Kang still couldn't help but complain. Thinking of this, Liu Kang made a shouting gesture and shouted to Leng Qingying. Hey, Robin, when are you going to start taking action? 1. Peeved. In an instant, a lonely figure appeared behind the player who was rushing to the front. Cutthroat. Backstab. Get rid of one instantly. At the same time, 2 identical clones appeared on both sides of Leng Qingying. I've already taken action. Also, my name is not Robin. Liu Kang said lazily. You have used all the flowers and fruits, and you still say that you are not Robin? Leng Qingying was too lazy to refute Kang Chong. You are the flower and the fruit, and your whole family is the flower and the fruit. Poof. Shadow attack, throat slitting, backstabbing. Leng Qingying is skilled in combos, one after the other. The existence of the Phantom gave Leng Qingying an extremely fast extra speed bonus. This speed is full speed, not just movement speed. Including movement speed, skill release speed, attack speed. So much so that Leng Qingying's movements were so fast that it was dizzying. The 5 clones used their skills one after another, creating a completely one-sided situation on the field. Most of the players were killed by Leng Qingying before they even realized what was happening. Although Leng Qingying's